I think the wind will probably be a factor given the weather that's going on around us.
All right, I think we're going to do it this time if the ball stays on the tee. Joseph Kim will kick it away. Bell, the lone man deep for Washburn. Kim puts a foot to it, and we're underway here from Edmond, and Joseph Kim sends it through the back of the end zone. It was just wide right. It almost went through the uprights, and Washburn will start at the 25-yard line.
Represented by Mid-First Bank.
Washburn's offense,
Kim's kick goes through the back of the end zone.
18 points a game. That's tied for 118th out of 157 in D2. They are dead last in rushing yards per game. They have negative rushing yards on the season. 139th in total offense, 36 in passing yards. It is Justin Lewis at quarterback to start for Washburn.
We got a stoppage in play already. We're all,
Please reset the play clock in 25 seconds. It started on my signal.
All right. We got clock problems before the clock even started rolling. That's a new one.
And Cam Robinson is the running back who's going to start in pistol formation on first down. Play action throw left side, pass complete to the 30 out near a first down. It is a first down at the 36 for Chase Allen Jackman. So 11 yards on that first down play.
Broncos were looking for a run on the first play there and just had loose coverage going on. So easy catch and throw for Washburn to get the first down.
Lewis, empty backfield, throws left side again. This one's complete to Robinson. Robinson in the flat. He's taken down by Fitzpatrick, but not before he gets all the way out to the 43-yard line. By the way, Jack Puckett is out there. I was told he would probably be out tonight, but Jack Puckett is getting the start at middle linebacker for the Broncos.
Hopefully that's a good sign in that he's well enough to play and they're not pushing him, too hard this early in the season.
2nd and 3 after that 7-yard gain. Handoff Robinson, runs left side. He's got the first down, and he fights through a tackle all the way up to the 49.
I think the Broncos started with a 3-and-out last week against Pittsburgh State. So far, they haven't stopped Washburn from getting pretty significant yardage on every offensive play. So got to settle in here and make some plays.
Zach Stillwell makes the tackle. It's another handoff to Robinson, running left, and this is more like it. The Broncos stack him up in the backfield, and it's Jack Puckett along with Fitzpatrick who make the tackle for a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, Puckett was back there immediately and had to adjust. He kind of went after the quarterback at first, but then went after the running back and still had time to get to him for a loss.
Empty backfield. Lewis takes the snap, throws in the flat left side. This is Oetker making the grab, his first catch, and Puckett's all the way out from his linebacker position to make the tackle after a 2-yard gain. So Oetker gains back the 2 yards lost on first down. It's 3rd and 10.
It's 3rd down.
I remind you can reach out to us in the booth here tonight, ucoradio@gmail.com. Whether you're a UCO or Washburn fan, we'd love to hear from you if you're listening or watching the game on the MIAA network. Lewis again, empty backfield on 3rd down. Straight drop, looking, pressure, hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. Good coverage for the Broncos. In coverage that time was Bryant Coley for UCO. And it'll be a 4th down, and Washburn does get a couple first downs and move the ball near midfield, but the Ichabods will punt it away.
Yeah, Johnny Wilson, really great pressure there, and he hit the quarterback right as he was throwing that football. So just a good job on the pass rush. We saw him make a sack against Pitt State a couple weeks ago. Good player on the defensive front for UCO.
Jake Zeller, really good punter for Washburn, and he hit this one really well. It's out of bounds. Let's see where they mark this one.
Wow.
They'll mark it out at the 8-yard line. So
yeah, the PA guy said touchback, but I don't think he realized that thing went out of bounds. We saw the official
Bronco defense.
Yeah, it went through the end zone, but it was out of bounds, and so good punt by Zeller. Zeller's a senior in his 4th year punting. He averages 42.5 a kick. Really good punter.
I think even Doral wanted an explanation as to where that punt went. He was out there on the field talking to the official, but he gave up the argument pretty quick.
Broncos will start from the 8-yard line, 1st down and 10. Clayton Creasey at quarterback with Jalen Cottrell to the left. Creasey fumbles the ball on the exchange and gets it back at the 5. Boy, that was nearly really bad.
That could have been really dangerous. It was just a simple fake to Cottrell, and then Creasey was going to keep it, but somehow he lost his handle on the ball, and that thing almost bounced right into Washburn hands in a very, very bad part of the field.
2nd down and 14 from the 4 now. Cottrell is behind Creasey. Creasey looking to throw, pumps, throws in the flat. Pass complete to Schumann, and he only gets a couple out across the 5 to the 6. Creasey did a good job of pulling that one down. He had pressure and had to kind of sling it sidearm to get it out there.
He stood in there with a lot of patience, maybe a little more patience than I liked, because it was making me nervous. But put the throw on the money, just covered well by Washburn, and UCO's in a bad situation here because of that fumble on 1st down.
3rd down and 12 for the Broncos from their own 6. Washburn blitzes. Creasey drops, throws over the middle. It's intercepted. Intercepted and returned down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Interception made for Washburn by J.C. Heim, and Washburn will have a 1st and goal after the Bronco mistake.
What an absolute nightmare of a first drive for the Broncos on offense. And, Creasey came in and played really well 2 weeks ago against the Gorillas, but just out of sorts there on 1st down and then again on 3rd down, and put the Broncos in a big hole.
Lewis on 1st down from the 8. We'll have Tiandre Carter in at running back behind him. Lewis has Carter move up to his right side now. Takes the shotgun snap, looking left, throwing left, end zone, pass, caught, touchdown. Chase Allen Jackman on the fade route makes the play, and the Broncos trail early in this one, as it's an 8-yard touchdown from Justin Lewis to Chase Allen Jackman.
The whole sideline tried to run to the end zone to celebrate, and the official got in their way and formed a barricade of the Washburn players. I've never seen anything like it. It's almost like the coach told them to go celebrate, kind of like what was that, Georgia several years ago?
Mark Ritt did that.
Yeah.
Little swing and gate here on the extra point for Washburn. This is Aiden Battle, the kicker, out of Leavenworth, Kansas, for the Ichabods. Hold is down, the kick is away, and it's good. 11:29 to go, 1st quarter, and the Ichabod strike first. It's Washburn 7, UCO 0. This is UCO Bronco football.
In a navy blue uniform.
It's the world we live in today, brother. This one's high and short and returnable. Cottrell's got it at the 15. Broncos will fake the reverse. Cottrell keeps it left side. He has room. 20, 25, 30, and he's down to the 31. Well, nearly had a seam there. Might have needed to cut that one up inside, and he took it outside instead.
Yeah, it just took a little longer to develop by going to too close to the UCO sideline. But either way, a solid return. You get better field position than the touchback. So put that one in the defying statistical odds category, and the Broncos will take the ball at the 31-yard line.
So 2nd possession here for Creasey, who had the interception that led to the Washburn touchdown last drive. Creasey claps his hands, pitches it to Cottrell. Cottrell makes a man miss in the backfield, now cuts back. He's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. He's tackled for a loss of 3 at the 28. By the way, worth noting, Gabe Grazier is out there, the senior for the Broncos at center.
Well, why was J.T. Tillis in the backfield so quickly? He was almost there before Cottrell even got the ball. You've got to block the defensive end, especially if you're running towards him.
2nd and 13. Creasey looking to throw, left side. Creasey takes his time, throws to Schumann, complete, 35, 40, 1st down out to the 42. Ashton Schumann with the grab, 14 yards and a 1st down for the Broncos.
And a little confidence builder for that UCO offense to move the chains and do it through the air. Creasey did a nice job of finding Schumann, and the guys up front did a good job of giving him time to do so.
I'll mark him at the 41, so it's a 13-yard game, but still a 1st down. Schumann in motion. It's a handoff. Cottrell running left, bangs his way forward to the 44 for about 3 on 1st down. Brings up a 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, I like it. Nothing fancy there. It didn't break open like Cottrell wanted, but you just put your head down and get the 3 yards you can get and get down.
2nd down, 7 for the Broncos from their own 44. Mason now in at running back for the Broncos. First time we've seen him in the backfield today. 7-0 Washburn, 9:51 to go first quarter. Mason in the pistol. Creasey, play action. Straight drop, going deep, right side for Thomas. Thomas makes the grab at the 21 and out of bounds at the 20. Javon Thomas with the catch, and the Broncos are in the red zone.
What a great catch, Todd. I didn't think he caught it. There's a ball sitting on the sidelines over there that I thought was the ball that he dropped, but he did not. He caught that thing and brought it in, and Creasey put it right on the money, and the Broncos are in the red zone.
36 yards and a first down. Creasey now hands to Mason, running right. Mason bounces, 15, 10, 5, outside to the pylon, and a touchdown. Broncos right down the field, 69 yards, and are an extra point away from tying it up.
And they needed that drive in a big way, Todd, and the Bronco offense comes out, and they do it on the ground, they do it through the air, and they put the ball in the end zone. Fireworks going off in the north of this, the Sports Performance Center, and everybody on the home side of the field is very happy that the Broncos are about to tie this thing up.
That's where you used to practice, right?
That is where I used to practice.
Up there north of the Sports Performance Center. Joseph Kim on for the extra point. Ethan Spiewak will hold. Draven Gregg, the long snapper for the Broncos. Kim perfect on extra points so far this year. Snap is good. The hold is down. The kick from Kim is away, and he knocks it through. 9:28 to go first quarter. We're tied up at 7, UCO and Washburn. This is UCO Bronco football.
In the mid to late 90s. He's up in the Pacific Northwest now, and just one of the best guys I know. And he emailed us here, ucoradio@gmail.com. We want to hear from everyone out there tonight.
Joseph Kim has it on the tee. This one kicked a little shorter. Bell's going to return it from the 1. Bell out to the 10, to the 20. Bell's upended at the 24. Good special teams play that time for the Broncos, as flying in there for UCO was Marcus Works on the tackle, and the Ichabod's will start right around the 24, 25-yard line.
Man, the special teams is that place where you have your moment to shine. If you're not, one of the starting 11 on defense, but you're on the kickoff team, that's how you get your statistics. That's how you get your name in the stat sheet, is go make those plays. And that was a good one right there on special teams for the Broncos.
Cam Robinson in at running back on first down. The quarterback, Justin Lewis, in the shotgun. Lewis takes the snap and hands to Robinson. Robinson running right. He's going to get a couple yards. Connor Johnson is there to take him down, along with Johnny Wilson, after a gain of 2 from the 25 out to the 27.
Brought down by number 21, Connor Johnson. Second down, Ichabod's.
Second down, 8 for Washburn from the 27. That last drive for UCO, 5 plays, 69 yards. William Mason's touchdown run tying us up at 7. Lewis drops the throw, throws in the flat for Robinson. Robinson makes the grab, gets away from the first man, gets away from the second, and squirms his way out to the 29. 2 Broncos had him. Jack Puckett had him first, and Braden Smith had him second. Both couldn't hang on, and they turn what would have been a loss into about a 2-yard gain.
Well, and Chris Fitzpatrick got pressure on the quarterback, and I think that pass went between his arm and his ear hole. Like, he came very close to knocking that thing down. So just a game of inches there. Got to make the tackle.
3rd and 6, Washburn from the 29. Need to get it to the 35 here to move the chains. Lewis, straight drop. Looking right, throwing right. Pass is overthrown and incomplete. Bell couldn't get to it. Good coverage that time. It was Works who made the play on special teams, who makes a good defensive play there, and it's 3 and out for the Ichabods, and they'll punt it back to UCO.
Yeah, just not a good throw there by Washburn, and good coverage by the Broncos, and that's how you want to see your defense respond, right? Come out there and get the 3 and out, give the ball back to this UCO offense and see if they can pick up where they left off.
Jackson Laminack deep to receive for the Broncos, as Jake Zeller will punt it away. Zeller with a good kick, but returnable. Laminack gets it from the 35, up the field, 40. Oh, nearly broke that one. Had a seam, but a good open field tackle made by Keith Guidry for Washburn at the 45. It is a 10-yard return, and the Broncos will have pretty good field position to start this possession.
Yeah, absolutely. Almost to midfield. Such a gutsy return, too, man. I say it a lot on these broadcasts, Todd, but being a punt returner, I'm just glad that wasn't the position I was built to play, because making the decision to catch that thing or to fair catch it, and even making the fair catch, it's not an easy thing to do, and those guys make it look so easy.
Creasey has Cottrell to his right on first down from the 45. Cottrell in motion out of the backfield. Creasey looks right. He's going to step up and run with it. He'll get a couple out to the 48-yard line, 3-yard gain, tackled by Almani Jimerson.
Yeah, Jimerson was able to get off the block kind of at the last second there, and Creasey was just unable to get out of his grasp, and now the Broncos are going to false start on second down.
So that'll move it back 5 yards. You mentioned, John, you and I were O-linemen, so we had a lot of contact, but when you're a punt returner, that's not a contact spot, that's a collision spot. Right? I mean, that's where you take huge hits.
And listen, all it takes is for one guy on the punt team to just decide, you know what, I'm just going to get the penalty, and it's going to hurt, But catching that football is not an easy thing to do, and then to decide that you have enough space to return it and have the concentration to catch it and return it. I just have a lot of respect for the guys that do that job.
After the penalty, 2nd and 12. Handoff, Cottrell running left, cuts up to the middle of the field. He's going to gain back the 5 yards that were lost on the penalty before he's driven backwards. So it'll be a 3rd down and 7 for the Broncos from their own 48.
Joe Johnson emailed us from Fort Myers, Florida. UCOradio@gmail.com. We got a lot of them pouring in now, and we will get to them as time allows.
Broncos from their own 48 need to get it to the Washburn 45 here on 3rd and 7. Creasey out of the gun, throwing right. Pass complete, making a man miss. That's Hacker to the 35, 40, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Broncos! It was one-on-one coverage. Creasey just stood up and threw the ball to him. Hacker did the rest, and the Broncos are up 13-7 on the 52-yard touchdown.
And now the universe feels a little more right. This game started off very, very strangely for the Broncos, but the last 2 possessions have really, I think, shown what this UCO offense can do, and same with the defense on their previous couple possessions. So glad to see the Broncos put another 6 on the board, hopefully another 7 here as Kim attempts the PAT.
That is the first touchdown pass of the season for UCO. Their 6 previous touchdowns this year were all on the ground. Snap is high. Good job getting that snap down. That's Davis Barr, who's the holder for the Broncos. And Kim knocks through the extra point. 14-7 Broncos, 6:57 to go first quarter. You're 3 plays, 55 yards. The touchdown, 52 yards from Clayton Creasey to Hagan Hacker. And the Broncos are up 14-7. Joseph Kim kicks it through the end zone, and Washburn will start from the 25. That's Creasey's first touchdown pass as a Bronco, and as I mentioned, first touchdown pass this season for this UCO offense that was so good through the air, especially early on last year. And it feels a little bit like order has been restored, but now, John, you need your defense to keep the pressure on Washburn here.
Yeah, and I mean, of course, that has to continue because, they're a touchdown away from tying this thing up. But Washburn has not had a very good offensive football team this year, so the Broncos play like they're capable of. I think they can keep this offense in check.
Tiandre Carter in at running back. Lewis the quarterback. Lewis straight drop. Lewis pressured, throws right side, pass caught. Good throw and catch. Yep. Out to the 35-yard line. That's a tight end, Aiden Canty out of Marietta, Georgia, and a gain of 10 and a first down.
Thought the Broncos were maybe going to get to the quarterback there, but an adjustment on the block by the right tackle was made, and he was.
They mark him down at the 34. I thought he was out at the 35.
Yeah, I thought he got the first down.
Yeah, that's not a good spot for Washburn. And they had already moved the chain, so it's actually going to be a 2nd and 1. They thought the ball was at the 35.
Even the chain guys on the other side of the field were like, that's a first down. Now they're having to move back and reset the chains. Kind of, if you're Washburn, that might make you want to throw that red challenge flag and get the first down, but may also not be worth it at this point in the game.
Lewis empty backfield on 2nd and 1. Lewis, shotgun snap, looking left, throwing left, complete. That's Alan Jackman who makes the grab. Antoine Gilbreth is there to make the tackle, but not before he gets 6 yards and a first down up to the 40. We know what Washburn wants to do, John. They're 36 in the country in passing yards. They can fling it around a little, and the Broncos secondary is going to be challenged today. Lewis again as Washburn goes quick, throws it in the flat to Alan Jackman. Pass caught out to the 40 to the 43-yard line.
Yeah.
Correction, that was Tiandre Carter on the ground.
Now, the key to the Bronco defense today is going to be getting pressure on that quarterback and making him make bad throws or sacking him. Washburn does not have a good rushing offense. It's one of the worst in the country. And but, you know, UCO's probably the weakest part of their defense is the secondary. So it's a good matchup for Washburn.
2nd and 7 from the 43. Lewis looking to throw. Pressured, steps up, fires one deep down the middle of the field and incomplete, intended for Bell. Looks like we had a defensive end that time. They got grabbed and nearly tackled. No flag comes down, though, and it will be 3rd and 7.
Big hold by the left tackle there for Washburn. But
it's Darius Hampton, by the way, with the pressure for UCO.
If they don't throw that flag, it's not a hold. So I guess credit the left tackle with the block.
Darius Hampton, Lamb Gordon, Cameron Dunn, the 3 down linemen that'll try to get after the quarterback here on 3rd and 7. Lewis takes the snap, 3-man rush, drops, throws, pass tipped and incomplete. Cam Dunn got a hand up and tipped that one away, and it'll be 4th down.
That's what I'm talking about with the pressure. Get to the quarterback, and if you can't get to him, at least make it hard for him to throw it over you, and that's exactly what Dunn did right there. And Washburn is, I assume, going to punt this thing. I don't think they would go for it at this spot on the field, and they are going to make the personnel switch to bring the punting unit onto the field.
Our PA guy made the mistake I was afraid I'd make. Number 5's a duplicate number for the Broncos. Dominic Dunn is out tonight. Cam Dunn is the other number 5. So both number 5s with the same last name, spelled different.
That should be straight to jail.
Laminack receives this kick at the 26. He'll return it. Block in the back. This one's going to come back as Laminack takes it across the 35 to the 37. 3 different flags came in at 3 different times. And I always kind of wonder if you're the 3rd guy, why even throw the flag, right? The other 2 had it.
I just wanted to get it like, I saw it too.
Yeah,
I saw it too.
right.
When the office reviews the film, they go, he's a good official. He saw that foul. Everyone saw that foul.
Yeah.
My straight to jail comment was on the duplicate number with the same last name. That should not be allowed.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
It should not be allowed. It should not be permitted in any sort of way. I hate the duplicate numbers to begin with, but to have the same last name is...
Sometimes I wonder if they try to make it harder on us as broadcasters.
Well, but see, you look at it from a broadcasting perspective and you think, well, that stinks, having duplicate numbers. But even as a player, I wouldn't want someone else to have my number. You know what I mean? Like I'm number whatever. Someone else, you can have another number.
Personal foul, illegal low block, receiving team number 26. 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. 1st down, UCO.
All right, so it was worse than a block in the back. It was a low block on the Broncos.
It's number 28.
Yeah, I mean, that's, in those transitional plays, you can't block below the waist, like that. And used to be able to, and football was way more dangerous than it is now. Probably a good rule change for the health of people's knees. And
I don't know how people played back in the day without tearing their knees up.
Well, they just, I don't know either. I don't know either. They probably just played on it, and then they went and worked on the farm the whole next day.
Right. 1st and 10 Broncos. After that penalty, they'll start from the 17-yard line. Creasey with Mason in the backfield. Hands off to Mason, running left. Mason to the 15, back to the line of scrimmage at the 17. He might have actually lost a yard there.
Brought down by number 9. Heim.
Tackle made for Washburn by Heim, who had that interception earlier.
On the play,
J.C. Heim, who's the leading tackler for the Ichabods. It'll be 2nd and 10. Creasey looking to the sidelines for direction now. A little check with me play. Creasey now takes the snap, hands to Mason again. Mason cuts this one up at the 15, and he's tripped up, and he gets to the 19, so only a couple
William Mason
on that
carry
one.
For the Broncos.
Tackle made for Washburn by Jamari Griffin. And it'll be 3rd down for UCO and 8.
Pete Roll emailed us here. He's a UCO wrestling alum, and he reaches out from Austin, Texas. He emailed us at ucoradio@gmail.com, and you can as well.
4:25 to go first quarter, 14-7 Broncos, 3rd and 8. Creasey looking to throw. Creasey has time, steps up, gets away from one, still looking, cuts up, 20, 25, hit from behind. to the 26. They'll mark him down at the 25, so he'll be 2 yards short. And the Broncos are going to have to punt it for the first time tonight.
Yeah, not the offensive possession that you wanted there. Creasey, man, he almost broke that thing for a first down, but just had to make a few moves, which slowed him down and allowed the defender to come from behind and make the tackle. So Broncos going to bring the punting team onto the field.
Bell deep to receive for Washburn, standing at his own 25-yard line. Davis Barr, the punter for UCO, sophomore out of Olathe, Kansas. Transfer out of Hutchinson Community College. Barr with a low, wobbly kick that takes a big bounce. Bell picks it up on the bounce at the 22. Bell looking to get away from Xavier Booth, and he does, but right there to get him is Hudson Grand at the 26 and force him out of bounds.
I mean, really, the punt return guy made a good decision as we have a Bronco down the field.
Injury on the field.
He made a good decision fielding that thing because while he didn't get any return yardage out of it, it was going to bounce quite a ways further had he not made the last-second decision to field that ball.
Broncos do have a player down at about the 31-yard line. Didn't see a number on who that was.
It's a right knee that they're looking at. Can't see the number. It's a 20-something. Can't see the second number.
I want to remind you again, the Broncos are back in action next week. We're here with you every Saturday through the rest of the regular season, at least now. After that bye week last week, Broncos will be in Maryville next week to take on Northwest Missouri State. The Bearcats get a win today over Missouri Southern, 21-14. It's a 1:30 kick next week, so we'll go on the air about 1:20 from Maryville right here on KOKC if you're listening on the radio. That is Talon Kendrick for UCO, the redshirt freshman out of Stillwater, who's injured there on special teams. He is limping, but he is getting off the field under his own power, which is good to see.
Yeah. Lauren Barnes emailed us here in the booth from Valdosta, Georgia. Says, good luck, Broncos. So, Lauren, we appreciate that email, and we appreciate everyone that's sending them tonight and everyone that's going to send them tonight. UCOradio@gmail.com.
Ichabod's take over on
From the 25-yard line, Washburn will have the ball. The running back for Washburn is Lucas Oitker. First time he's been in the backfield today. It's a play action. Lewis looking, throwing, middle, man open, pass caught across midfield to the Bronco 48-yard line.
Complete to number 84, Canty.
Canty's all the way down to the 46. They give him 2 extra yards on the spot there.
For David Williams.
David Williams makes the tackle. So good to see David Williams out there as well. Someone else who we thought might be playing this, not be playing this week. Lewis hands to Oitker on first down. Oitker running through the middle of the offensive line there. Gets a couple yards from the 46 to the 44. It'll be 2nd and 8. 29 yards on that first passing catch to Aiden Canty. Lewis empty backfield. Going quick, throwing left, pass caught, first down to the Bronco 32. That's DJ Bell's first catch, and we got a flag in the backfield.
Bell.
Yeah, I didn't see the penalty. I feel like it was too fast to be a hold.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer.
There you go.
Defense number 4. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. Automatic. First down.
Big bad penalty on Johnny Wilson. Would like to see a replay of it, but I don't know if we're going to get that opportunity as he gets called for roughing the passer. So gives Washburn another gift, and they are inside the red zone now after that penalty.
Moves the ball to the Broncos 17-yard line after the penalty, 1st and 10. Lewis, a grad senior out of Kennesaw, Georgia. Justin Lewis, the quarterback for Washburn, in the gun with Oitker to his right. Lewis looking right, now over the middle. Lewis trying to run with it, hit by Jack Puckett and dropped at the 20. It's a sack and a loss. Excuse me, that was Reese Roller in there, not Puckett. It's a loss of 3 on the play.
Loss on the play of 3.
Adam Dorr was really complimentary of Reese Roller's performance against Pitt State. I think he played himself into a little more action with his performance against the Gorillas. Big play there for Roller, his first sack of the year. 2nd and 13 from the 20. Lewis hands to Oiker, running left. He's got room. 15, 10, 5, lowers his head. It's going to be 1st and goal for Washburn at about the 2. Just got the corner on the Broncos there, and he's going to gain 18 yards on the run.
Well, and we mentioned that Washburn's rushing attack has been really poor this year, but man, I mean, they looked as good as anyone on that play right there. The left side of that offensive line just walled off the UCO defense, and I thought that one was going to go for 6. Broncos kind of make it last second tackle there, but Washburn putting the Broncos in a very bad spot right here.
Robinson in at running back. This is Keller Hurla in at quarterback for Washburn. Hurla working out of the gun in short yardage. Hurla, quarterback run, going left, lowers his head. He's near the goal line, but he's pushed back at the 1. Jack Puckett comes out of that pile for the Broncos. Also in there for UCO was
Number 12,
Ryan Stewart out of the secondary, and it'll be a 2nd and goal from the 1.
Yeah, Washburn they pulled an offensive lineman. He kicked out the defensive end and did a nice job, but the interior part of that UCO defense was able to clog up the hole and prevent the ball carrier from getting in the end zone.
Hurla now has Oiker to his right on 2nd down. Hurla, another quarterback run, running left, got away from the first tackler and gets to the end zone. Broncos nearly had him in the backfield as Lamb Gordon busted through there but couldn't bring him down, and Hurla's touchdown run gets Washburn back into this when it's 14-13 with the extra point pending. This has been a long first quarter. Still 22 seconds to go in it.
Yeah, that was a pretty good drive by Washburn, obviously aided by the huge personal foul penalty against Johnny Wilson, but Washburn took advantage of it, made the Broncos pay. And they're about to tie this thing up.
Hayden Battle's extra point is on the way, and it's good. 22 seconds to go first quarter. UCO 14, Washburn 14. You're listening to UCO Bronco football. Duties for Washburn is Trenton Brim. Brim will send this one deep, and Cottrell will call for a fair catch at the 7, and the Broncos will start at the 25.
Jalen Cottrell with the fair catch.
It's got to make John Fitzgerald happy.
I like the fair catch. But on that one right there, I was kind of thinking, man, he had a lot of room to get a little bit of steam built up.
Can never make John Fitzgerald happy.
Cottrell, well, that's a true statement. But you know that from all of our road trips that wherever we stop to eat or whatever. But I thought, man, Cottrell could really get ahead of steam there, and he's a great ball carrier. But no, at the end of the day, I think I like the fair catch.
Dev Matthews in at running back for the first time tonight for UCO. They'll start from the left hash on the 25-yard line. This might be the last play of the first quarter here for the Broncos. 14-14 our score. Clayton Creasey, the quarterback. Martinez, Schumann, and Thomas, the 3 receivers on the right for UCO. Creasey hands to Matthews, running left. Matthews cuts up, 25, spun down at the 28-yard line. J.C. Heim is there for the tackle, 3-yard gain, and that's how the first quarter comes to an end. 1 quarter in the books. We are tied up at 14. I say that. The Broncos act like they might want to snap it again here. And they will not. So the first quarter will come to an end, and we are tied up at 14 here at Chad Richardson Stadium. You are listening to UCO Bronco football area, and that includes that 20-yard touchdown run, so really struggling on the ground outside of that 1 touchdown. Matthews to the right of Creasey on first down. Creasey throwing, pass complete. Schumann makes the grab at the 33. It's going to be about a yard, 2 yards short of the first down, so it'll be a 3rd and short for UCO here.
Tackle made by number 5.
Mark him right at the 33, so 3rd down and 2 for UCO. Both Mason and Cottrell into the huddle for UCO. I don't know that we've seen them out there at the same time this year, John.
No, I like it. Well, and this is that short yardage where they run up and do a quick snap.
And Cottrell's going to be taking the Wildcat formation snap. Cottrell takes the snap, but before the play, we've got a flag and a false start on the Broncos.
I don't know why we have such difficulty executing that.
Prior to the snap, false start. Offense number 1, 5-yard penalty, remains 3rd down.
And that's a really frustrating one, too, because that's a receiver who false starts.
Yeah, irrelevant to the play, and yet very relevant with the 5-yard penalty.
Now Washburn's got a guy down, which is interesting because there wasn't a play run there.
Well, they did. I mean, there was contact, and then the whistles blew. So, but yeah, we'll hope he's all right down there. We can say hi to Braden Turner's family in Beaver Creek, Ohio, watching on the MIAA network. We say go Braden and roll Chos. And that email came into us at, say it with me, ucoradio@gmail.com.
Adam Dorrell is upset about something. And I wonder if maybe Javon Thomas was trying to get set and make sure he was on. You know what I mean? How receivers make sure they're on the line of scrimmage.
Right.
Replays are presented by Edmund Electric.
He is not happy, and that's a big penalty because now it's a 3rd and 7 for UCO. And when you put yourself in these passing downs, it's a tough spot to put a quarterback, a redshirt freshman, and Clayton Creasey, who's making his first start in.
The Broncos were in some tough spots against Pittsburgh State a couple weeks ago and came through. So Creasey has seen, some jams that he's had to get out of, and it'd be nice if he could get out of this one right here and keep this drive going.
4 receivers on 3rd down. Creasey looking to throw, throws right side. Thomas can't hold on. He dropped it. Well, that was a good throw, and Thomas just couldn't make the catch at the 36. Would have been a first down, and the Broncos have to punt it.
4th down.
Thomas is already thinking about those 2 plays in a row on film during the film session. It's going to be a nightmare for him. He false starts, which gives them the 5-yard penalty, and then he drops a ball that he should have caught. I mean, the ball hit him right in the hands, and he didn't make the catch, and now UCO is going to have to punt and give Washburn a chance to try and take the lead.
Davis Barr will punt it away. Barr's kick, end over end, bounces straight up in the air. Now takes a UCO bounce. Broncos trying to push a Washburn man onto the ball.
Which they did.
And they did, but Washburn, they pushed him literally onto the ball, and Washburn will take over at the 36-yard line. That was dangerous, the way that ball bounced straight up in the air.
There were way too many Washburn players nearby. You're supposed to yell, Peter, Peter, and everybody gets out of the way. I'm not sure that was communicated down there amongst the Washburn return team. And Broncos doing the smart thing.
As a receiving team player was forced into the ball, by rule, it'll be first down, Washburn.
So there you go. You can't do it. You can't throw them on the ball.
You can't make it that obvious, right?
You should be able to. If they're close enough to the ball to get thrown onto it, you should be able to get thrown onto it. But
so Washburn with a chance to retake the lead here, has the ball from their own 36. Cam Robinson back in at running back. First down, Lewis hands off to Robinson, running left. Robinson gets the edge again to the 40, to the 43. Out of bounds at the 44, and again, that's a sweep left side, and the Ichabods have found something on the Bronco defense there.
It's the same exact play. That was the same exact play that they almost scored on in the first quarter.
2nd and 2. Lewis throwing left side, pass caught by Bell. He's hit immediately, but he's got a first down out to the 48-yard line on a 4-yard gain.
Jeff Slayton emailed us from Navarre, Florida. Jeff was a deep snapper here for the Broncos in the 90s and a very good player and a good guy. He emailed us here, ucoradio@gmail.com.
3-yard gain to the 47, but a first down still. Lewis hands to Robinson up the middle, made a nice cut. He gets across midfield and into Bronco territory at the 48.
Robinson on the carry.
Gains 5 before he's taken down by Connor Johnson.
Boy, you don't want to be the team the defense that helps Washburn really improve their rushing statistics in the national standings. But Washburn's starting to move the ball on the ground a little bit against this Bronco defense.
Lewis hands to Robinson again, up the middle, hit at the 45, fights his way forward to the 44 before Connor Johnson finally gets him to the turf. It's a 3rd down and 1. And now we'll see
Johnson. It's third.
A couple of subs for Washburn. We'll see if they go short yardage here. It looks like Lewis is going to stay in there at quarterback. 3rd and 1 from the Bronco 44. Washburn with more rushing yards than UCO tonight, which I don't think anybody would have expected even this early on in the game. It's a handoff on an end around going right back at the 45. Is he going to get there? It looks like he's short.
I think he's short.
That was Jaden Abongo Jr. And they're going to give him the first down at the 43.
That's not a good spot. It was also, that's a terrible play call by Washburn as well. To have a play that takes that long to develop when you need 1 yard, there's no way that he got that first down, but they're going to give him the spot. But I don't know why you're calling that play if you're Washburn. UCO almost made him pay for it, but sometimes the luck goes against you.
1 yard gain to the 43. Lewis on 1st and 10 has 3 receivers left on the wide side. Hands this one off. It's DeAndre Carter, and he is wrestled down. Jack Puckett gets him in the backfield at the 45 for a loss of 2.
Good job by that defense right there. Broncos string him out to the sideline and don't give up any yardage.
I don't understand this. He never got past the 45-yard line, and they marked the ball at the 45.
That wasn't close. But the referee got trucked in the process. And I don't know if that messes with your
Well, just look at the replay.
I know.
They show it up
well,
there.
and listen, Doral could have thrown that flag.
If you throw it on a bad spot, though, you throw it about 20 times a game in college football.
That's true.
Lewis out of the gun. Broncos showing blitz. They do blitz. Lewis pressured. He's going to be hit and dropped. Connor Johnson got there on the blitz. He was met at the quarterback by Lamb Gordon. And I think Zach Stillwell was back there as well. A big loss back to the Ichabod 45.
Connor Johnson was getting held from behind and still got to the quarterback for the sack. And just Washburn needed to get rid of that football. That play was a disaster.
Third down for Washburn and 3rd and 22, from the 45-yard line. Washburn needs to get it all the way to the Bronco 33. Lewis, straight drop, trying to set up the screen, does to Carter. Carter couldn't hold on, and Jack Puckett took his head off in the process.
Pass intended for number 11 is in.
Well, Carter might have tipped that one up instead of backwards, straight up in the air. Puckett might have picked it off. He was right there waiting for it. He sniffed that one out, and the Ichabods will punt it away.
But those last 2 plays are a good example of what a hard-nosed defense that's mixing up, pressures and play calls and things like that, how they can just turn an offense into total disarray, and they did on those last 2 plays for Washburn.
Zeller will punt for Washburn. And Laminack deep to receive. Laminack calls for the fair catch and makes it at the 11-yard line, and that's where the Broncos will start this drive with 10:08 to go in the first half. Timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. 14-14 our score. 10:08 to go first half. You're listening to UCO Bronco football. 1st and 10 for the Broncos from the 11 after forcing the Washburn punt. Cottrell back in at running back behind Clayton Creasey. Creasey claps his hand, takes the snap, hands to Cottrell running left, and Cottrell stacked up right at the line. Nothing there for Jalen Cottrell. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that one just never opened. Cottrell looked a little frustrated after that play, but just give credit to the Washburn, the right side of their defense, for clogging that thing up.
2nd and 10, UCO from the 11. Creasey this time throwing in the flat to Schumann. Schumann makes a grab. 15, 20, spun down, spins forward to the 21, and he's got the first down. He went in motion, and they set up a little screen to him on the right side, and the Broncos move the chains.
Stop by number 9.
Nice play call by the Broncos, and they get kind of out of the shadows of their own goalpost, which is a good thing, but still have about almost 80 yards to go to pay dirt.
Creasey takes the snap and looks left. Has all day, throws in the flat, and that one's incomplete.
And that just wasn't a very good throw. It was a little bit short. Receiver was going towards the Washburn sideline and had to come back to try to get it. And even if it had hit him right in the chest, it wasn't going to go for very much because he was very well covered. So just there just wasn't any heat on that ball.
That was Braden Turner, who's getting the start tonight at tight end, who couldn't make the grab. It's 2nd and 10 from the 21 now for the Broncos. 9:05 to go first half and a tie game at 14. Creasey looking left, throwing in the flat. Cottrell makes the grab to the 20, spun forward to the 22. He's only going to gain about a yard.
Cottrell is complete.
Good open field tackle, and that 1 yard gain will make it a 3rd and 9.
Down Broncos.
Broncos just have not figured out how to get Cottrell free into space tonight. And credit to Washburn. They've tackled well in space as well. Creasey to throw on third down. Pressured, rolls to his right. Creasey looking, fires on the run. Pass caught, first down out across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And on the ground that time was Zane Zilney, the redshirt freshman for UCO out of Westmore High School.
Good decision there by the quarterback to roll out of the pocket and just be patient, and he found Zelny for the first down, and that's a big first down for the Broncos.
10 yards on a 3rd and 9. Handoff, Cottrell running left. Cottrell bounces this one up and gets to the 35 for a gain of about 3. Tackled on the play by Terrell Thomas. It'll be a 2nd and 7. Zane Zelny's got to be the first guy. Surely there's not anyone else in UCO history with ZZ initials, right?
That's a good trivia question. We'd have to look through the old media guide.
Need to get Chris Brannick on that one ASAP. Creasey throwing on 2nd down, pass complete. Schumann made a good grab, took a big hit at the 40-yard line, but held on for a gain of 5.
Ashton Schumann.
I used to play against Zelny's dad in high school. He was a Putnam City West guy, and I went to Putnam City North, so that's a natural rivalry. And we used to line up across the line of scrimmage from each other for a couple years there.
3rd and 2 Broncos.
3rd down and 2 for the Broncos from their own 40. Cottrell to the left of Creasey as Braden Turner goes in motion. Broncos will pass. Creasey has all day, looks right, looks left, pass knocked down. Intended for Schumann, and good coverage that time for Washburn by Jordan Finessi, and it'll be a 4th down, and UCO will punt it back to Washburn.
Yeah, I mean, that was really good coverage and slapped that thing down right when it got there. Tough throw to make. Tough catch to make in that kind of coverage.
Fireworks show.
Say hi to Tommy Williams real quick, who's listening in Kerrville, Texas, and supporting UCO football. Has a nephew that plays for the Broncos. And Tommy, we're glad you reached out and told us that. UCOradio@gmail.com.
Davis Barr to punt this one away. Low, spiraling, driving kick. Hits at the 20. Bounces back upfield. Hits at the 15, I should say. And bounces back upfield towards the 20. And is downed at the 18. Pretty good kick there for Davis Barr.
At the 13-yard line.
Well, you mentioned that the Broncos lost a pretty good punter to the transfer portal. And he had a 69-yard punt today in the OU's game. And so you kind of go, well, what does that leave the Broncos? But the punting game has been pretty good for the Broncos this year still. There's Grayson Miller was a good punter for UCO, but the Broncos have stepped in and filled that gap.
Yeah, Davis Barr's done a good job this year for UCO. Had a few bad ones in that first game against Permian Basin.
Everybody had a few bad everythings in that game.
That's true. 1st and 10 from the 18 for Washburn. Oetker in at running back as Lewis looks to his left, pumps, throwing on a screen over the middle, and it's sniffed out again by Jack Bucket and incomplete. They tried to get Canny, the tight end, on a little throwback screen. I actually really liked that play design, but it just didn't come off for the Ichabod.
Yeah, but if I'm designing that play for Washburn and watching film, and I'm saying, hey, you block these guys for a second and then let them go, on Johnny Wilson, I'm going to say block him for a second longer, because he was right in the quarterback's grill when he threw that ball and made him pay for it.
Lewis on 2nd down, play action throws, and it's incomplete. He took a big hit, and he led his receiver too much. Intended for Alan Jackman, and it'll be 3rd down.
But he rushed the throw again because he was under a lot of pressure, and it was a bad throw. And that's, Washburn is going to beat UCO. If they're going to beat UCO in the passing game, it's going to be because of the coverage. But if we're going to win the defensive passing game, it's going to be because of the pressure.
3rd down and 10 for Washburn from their own 18. Lewis takes the shotgun snap, 4-man rush, hit as he throws, and he's going to be sacked. Did he hold on to it?
He did.
He did, and he's sacked. And getting back there for UCO and making the sack for the Broncos, that was Ethan Stites, who knocks him down. It's a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th and 18.
I have no idea how he held on to that ball, because he was I thought it was going to be one of those where it was going to be an incomplete pass because his arm was going forward as he threw it, but he tucked it and held on to it.
Probably should have let go of it.
Yeah. And now his punter is standing in the middle of the O in the end zone, the O of Broncos, the first O.
Zeller will punt it away. Laminack to receive it. Fair catch called for and made at the UCO 44-yard line, and that's where the Broncos will start. It's a 46-yard punt with no return, so good punt by Zeller, and the Broncos have it at the 44, first down and 10. 5:53 to go first half. We are still tied up at 14. Todd Lisenby, John Fitzgerald with you.
And Ted and Erica Thomas are with us. They're in Navarre Beach, Florida, listening in again this week. Clayton Creasey is their nephew, so they definitely have a vested interest in the UCO ball games now that he's at the helm of the offense, and he's about to take over and be at the helm of this offense here with 5:53 remaining in the first half. Ted and Erica, thanks for emailing us, ucoradio@gmail.com.
First and 10 for the Broncos from their own 44. Mason in at running back. Mason had that 20-yard touchdown run earlier. Big hole here as he carries to the 50. Mason breaks a tackle, 45-40, outside 35-30, down the sideline. He couldn't stay in bounds, and he runs out at about the 26. Big gainer for William Mason. 30 yards on the gain and a first down.
Timeout. Adrian on the defense.
One of the Washburn defensive linemen lost his helmet at the UCO 45. And
he ran all the way down the field.
All the way down the field without it. I thought you had to stop playing if you lose your helmet. You can't get
had he gotten in on the tackle, it would have been a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah. It's not intuitive, right?
Yeah.
You want to show everyone that I don't quit just because my helmet came off, but you have to.
First and 10 at the 26. Handoff, Cottrell up the middle to the 25, lowers his head, fights forward to about the 21 before he's finally driven back by about 6 or 7 Ichabod defenders. Gain of 5 on the play. Mason has been the better of the two running backs tonight. It's good to have that two-headed monster in the backfield. We certainly know Cottrell can get loose. As Creasey will throw on second down. Creasey pumps, steps up, pressured, running to his right. Creasey to the 20, lowers his head, runs out of bounds at the 18. Sideline's got to like that one as he ran through a defender. Coaches got to be holding their breath. It's going to be 3rd and 2.
Yeah, I think all the redshirt freshmen over there loved it, but I don't know if the coaches loved it, especially when you're down to your second quarterback. Might want to keep that head free and clear of as much contact as possible. We wouldn't have had to run that football if we hadn't been beat so bad on the offensive line right off the snap. One of the defenders hit a nice rip move, and it just blew up the backfield and forced Creasey to get out there and run with it. Now UCO is going to do that quick huddle and run to the line of scrimmage. Let's see if we can get off without a penalty.
Cottrell. Flag comes up as Cottrell tries to keep it, and he gets nowhere. He's going to actually lose a yard or so. And Adam Dorrell is pointing forward like maybe this is a flag against Washburn.
Well, they might have been in the neutral zone, so if it's a free play for the Broncos, that's a good thing. But a little concerning that they can't get any yardage out of that play. You got the big package out there. Line those guys up. And
offside. Defense number 44. Line up in the neutral zone at the snap. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. The yardage results in a first down.
That's one of those, John, like it's a penalty and you got to call it, but it didn't really affect that play. The Broncos lost 2 yards on that play. Does give UCO a first down, though, to the 13 with the penalty. Creasey hands to Cottrell. Cottrell spins in the backfield. He's going to be wrestled back at the 14 for a loss of 1. There were 3 Ichabods in the backfield as he took the handoff.
It's inexcusable. I don't know how there can be 3 defenders in the backfield as you're taking the handoff. It's not a pass play. It's not you've got 5 offensive linemen up there, and you got 3 guys in the backfield before we even hand the ball off. I just don't understand it.
And Cottrell comes off. I saw Adam Dorrell kind of hit him on the helmet as if to kind of tell him, like, hey, man, you didn't do anything wrong there. Just was not well blocked. And the Broncos are going to call a timeout here because it looked like somebody was lined up incorrectly. And first timeout for UCO, and we'll take it with them. 3:44 to go in the first half. 14-14 our score. You're listening to UCO Bronco football. Broncos with it, second down and 11 from the 14-yard line in Washburn territory. Dev Matthews in at running back for UCO on the second down play. Clayton Creasey looks to the sideline. Now long snap count. Claps his hands, takes the snap, pitches to Matthews, left side. Matthews 15, 10, cuts it up. Gets near the 5-yard line. He bounced forward off a tackle to about the 7. So that's a run of 7. It'll set up a 3rd down and short.
Tackle made by number 5, Minner.
L.J. Minner in on the tackle. And Minner and Heim have been making all kinds of tackles for Washburn, which is what they do defensively. Those two linebackers are all over the field for the Ichabods. Mason back in at running back for UCO as they may go with this short yardage package again. As it's Matthews and Mason who are out there together now. It's an I formation. Creasey under center. Play fake. Creasey rolling right, throwing in the flat. Mason wide open. Touchdown Broncos. That is the oldest play in the book. Play action, fullback in the flat, and the Broncos are up 6 again, 20-14.
Well, and I don't know that we've seen UCO throw it out of that quick huddle and quick run to the line. And we always talk about how that has the potential to set something up, and that's exactly what it did right there. As Washburn was selling out for the run, and UCO took advantage of that to an uncovered receiver for a touchdown.
Davis Barr will hold on the extra point as Joseph Kim will try to kick it through. Snap and hold are good. The kick looks good, and it is. 3:04 to go first half, 21-14. Broncos back on top by a touchdown. You're listening to UCO Broncos. See if DJ Bell, the dangerous return man for the Ichabods, can get a return here. Kim boots it long. Bell's going to go into the end zone. He's going to bring it out from 3 yards deep. Bell's up to the 10, to the 15, angling outside, and he's not going to get to the 20. He might have got right at the 20. They'll mark him out at the 19. Good coverage by UCO is knocking him out of bounds on the sideline that time for the Broncos was Abner Dubar. And it's 1st and 10 for Washburn from their own 19.
Speaking of kickoffs, Todd, we got an email from James here who asks, how long do you think it'll be before college changes the kickoff rules like the NFL?
Well, I think my answer to that, John, is to change anything, the NCAA has to actually do something, which I don't feel like they do anymore. So maybe just at some point when the teams want it, they'll just decide to do it. And the NCAA will go, yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
That's fair.
But probably I would say in the next couple years it will change. Here's Lewis on 1st down, throwing in the flat. It's behind his receiver who catches it in the backfield and probably shouldn't have because he's tackled for a loss back at the 17. Make it the 18. 1 yard loss.
Maybe it'll change when the players unionize and refuse to sign their NIL contracts until they make the game less dangerous.
That was Cam Robinson who made the grab. 1 yard loss on the play. It's 2nd and 11. Empty backfield on 2nd down. Lewis looking to throw, looking left, pressured. Cam Dunn gets there, couldn't get him, but Servant Counselor could. At the 10-yard line, he cleans up what Cameron Dunn couldn't get done. And it's a loss of 7. Dunn came through like he was shot out of a rocket.
He swam the offensive lineman like there might as well have not been an offensive lineman out there. That was rough. I won't say names. That was rough, man.
We'll keep it right here. The Broncos are going to use a timeout here to keep the clock or to stop the clock with 2:13 to go. And remember, UCO, if they get a stop here, is going to have a 2-minute timeout as well.
Please reset the game clock to 2:17.
2:17 is what's left on the clock. 21-14 our score. Don't forget, you can reach out to us tonight if you want to hear from us here in the booth. Give a shout out to a player that you're watching tonight for either one of these teams. You can reach out to us at ucoradio@gmail.com.
And we've got a lot of them, and we'll get to them as time allows. You know, this game taught a lot. Honestly, it's closer than I thought it would be at this point in the game. Give Washburn credit. They scored early, and then they stayed in it with a good offensive drive to get their 2nd touchdown. But the Broncos leading by 7 here with 2:17 left in the half. So
reminder as well, Broncos get the ball to start the 2nd half also. They won the toss and deferred. I love this timeout here from Coach Dorrell as well to save some clock and get the ball back. And the more time you can give Clayton Creasey, the better.
Well, you've got the 2-minute timeout coming up, which, so it's you take advantage of all of that. Do the Broncos have too many men on the field? I think they do. They came out of that timeout with 12 players. Got that. 13 players. but we got that fixed.
Counselor gets off the field at the last second there as Lewis will throw. Lewis steps up, hit hard as he throws it deep down the field, and it's incomplete. Oh, it looks like it was intercepted. It might have been intercepted by the Broncos. It is an interception. I thought it was incomplete. It must have bounced off the Washburn player. Let's watch the replay here. It's Works on the interception, and he returns it into Washburn territory. That ball did not hit the ground. It bounced off the chest of the receiver, and it was intercepted by UCO's Marcus Works.
The receiver tried to do a one-handed kind of scoop grab, and so forearm into chest, then back up, and it just came right up into the hands like a dribbled basketball of the UCO defender. And
They're ruling on the field.
I think only the guy who had the ball.
Let's hear from our
first down.
And they just said it's an interception. Now, of course, Washburn can challenge that.
The 2-minute timeout.
And that is the 2-minute timeout.
Timeout rules are now in effect.
All right, so we will take that timeout with them. We'll see if Washburn does challenge it.
Well,
an interception by Marcus Works.
And watching it on the big screen here in the stadium, I don't know that I would throw my red flag because it looked like a pick.
Broncos will have the 2-minute drill coming up next. 21-14, UCO with the lead. This is UCO Bronco football.
That way.
Our referee's talking here. We'll see if
the ruling on the field is an interception by the defense. Washburn is challenging the ruling on the field. Timeout.
Yeah, and so they'll go to the review tent and take a look at it. It won't be the same camera angles that we have here in the stadium, which they just showed a replay again, but they didn't really show the whole replay, so it was hard to see on the Jumbotron here. But they have different cameras set up that are just for replay. So when you see a replay on the screen here or on the MIAA network, it's not what the referees are looking at.
Yeah, it's important to remind people there are 3 dedicated cameras for instant replay in MIAA stadiums. And again, as we talked about earlier this year, there's new verbiage. It's either upheld or overturned, right? There is no the play stands or the play is confirmed. It's either upheld or the call is changed. What's interesting also, John, is the clock ran to 2 minutes on the return. So if it is ruled an incomplete pass, I would imagine they're going to put a little more time back on the clock. And then we'll have another 2-minute timeout after the punt, if that makes any sense, because it would be 4th down Washburn. They would punt it away. It's an interesting challenge because if they're punting it out of their end zone. They might not get many more yards anyway.
Yeah, I don't know why you would challenge this. I think it's kind of a waste because basically the interception was like a punt, essentially. Now, could you punt it and get better field position for your defense? Yeah, you could. But you could also end up with worse yet, a disaster in the end zone, on a bad special teams play. So I don't think this was a good use of a challenge by Washburn, but they don't pay me the big bucks to coach that team either. So,
and it is also worth noting, coaches get one challenge, and if it's successful, you get another one. But if it's unsuccessful, that is your one challenge. So if this play is upheld as an interception, Washburn will be without challenges for the rest of the game. We saw Pitt State last time we were here in Edmond challenge that wild play that ended up with the fumble. You know what I didn't think about? I was talking to Chris Brannick about this last week, John. That was intercepted by a Pitt State player who was then hit. The ball bounced in the air. It wouldn't have even been an incomplete pass, right? It would have been tipped to a lineman. It would have been a touchdown either way. So Pitt State really wasted a challenge there on a play that couldn't have been overturned. This one at least could be overturned. They're taking a long look at it under the tent. And we'll see what they come away with. While they're doing that, I know, John, we're hearing from people at UCOradio@gmail.com.
We are. We've heard from Marvin Fontaine from Buford, Georgia. Fred Staff, who was a defensive lineman on the 1962 UCO National Championship team. There's a flag in the end zone flying to commemorate their championship run, the first championship team. Do you know that when they won the NAIA championship in 1962, Todd, there were over 200 NAIA football teams, and the Broncos won the national championship. Compare that to like 1996 when Southwestern Oklahoma State won it, and there were 16 teams in the NAIA. So quite an accomplishment by that 62 team. And Fred lives in Bolivia, and he always listens and emails us.
After video review, the ruling on the field has been reversed. The ball hit the ground prior to possession by the defense. It is an incomplete pass. Washburn retains their challenge and does not lose their timeout. Fourth down, Washburn.
So,
But again, though, there should have been time put back on the clock.
yeah, which they have missed that part of it.
Yeah.
And is there not? Does the review, is it just in the stadium? Do they go to the MIAA office? I don't know the answer.
I don't
to that
think they do.
question.
He's just in the stadium.
Because there should be somebody managing the clock situation, and they're not. The Broncos should be able to receive this punt and still have the benefit of a 2-minute timeout, which they're not going to get now. So that is a miss.
Zeller will punt it away. Good kick, spiraling kick. Fair catch called for and made by Laminack at the 44-yard line. So the Broncos would have had it at the Washburn 42. They're going to instead get it at their own 44. And we got a flag after the play, and I think it's on a – Broncos are clapping, so this might be on a Washburn player.
That was really late, and it's on the UCO sideline, which concerns me a little bit.
Might be a sideline warning, too, on the Broncos.
So didn't get to finish my shout-out to Fred, staff in Bolivia, and he emailed us here at ucoradio@gmail.com, as did Marna Drury and Kara Mormon. They've all emailed us here tonight, ucoradio@gmail.com, and we got plenty more to get to, and we will. Even if it's in the second half, we'll get to it, and we want to keep hearing from you guys out there.
Let's hear from our referee on this late flag.
Equipment violation. Washburn, 2 players were in the same number during the down. That penalty is declined. Result of the play, first down, UCO.
Oh, you were just complaining about duplicate numbers, John, and it bit Washburn there.
I mean, if you're going to allow it on your team, you have to manage it and understand that they can't be on the field at the same time. But that's a pretty good reason not to have duplicate numbers, so you completely eliminate the potential of that problem.
I'll give you a really nerd thing here, John. Our buddy Fred, who's in Bolivia, I play this video game called Football Manager, where you manage a soccer team, and the team that I manage is in Bolivia. Club Bolivar is the name of the soccer team. I'm sure Fred's the only person listening that knows what I'm talking about.
You're right, that was nerdy.
First and 10, Broncos from their own 44. Creasey, play action, looking to set up a screen. Cottrell's got it at the 45, a blocker's in front, 50, lowers his head near the first down at the Washburn 47. He's a yard short. It'll be 2nd and 1, clock rolling with 1:41 to play first half.
The other thing about the duplicate, not to beat this dead horse, but it's not like you use 99 numbers or 100 with the number 0, and you still have duplicate numbers.
Creasey looking to the sidelines here on 2nd down and 1. Creasey again, play action, throwing, has time, floats it to Cottrell. Cottrell at the 45, made a man miss. Got a lot of room, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. Cuts outside and bounces out of bounds at the Washburn 17. That'll stop the clock with 1:09 to go, and the Broncos are in the red zone. They'll mark him out at the 18-yard line. That's a 29-yard gain.
Outstanding play by that UCO offense. And Creasey knew that Cottrell was out there, and that may have been the design of the play, but he stood back there and just kind of looked like he was looking through his progression and found Cottrell over there. And Cottrell, once he made the first man miss, it was nothing but real estate to the red zone.
1st and 10, Broncos at the 18. Creasey hands to Dev Matthews. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. He'll get a yard to the 17. Tackle made by Caden Fleming in there for Washburn. Clock rolling with 54 seconds and ticking. Broncos not in a big hurry here. They still have 1 timeout. And again, UCO will get the ball to start the second half. Matthews to the right of Creasey on 2nd down and 9 from the 17. Creasey throws to Matthews in the flats, and he couldn't hold on to it.
Probably good that he didn't catch that ball. That thing was pretty well covered. I don't know.
That's J.C. Heim, who's all over the place for Washburn, who was on Matthews there.
I don't know that Matthews was going to be able to make anyone miss there. That was probably going to be a loss of yardage had he caught it. So it stops the clock and gives the Broncos a chance to run 3rd down play here.
Heim has 6 tackles. So does L.J. Minner. L.J. Minner, their other linebacker. Those two, 12 tackles between them. Creasey looking to throw, pressured from behind. He's hit. He gets away from it. Now he's going to be sacked all the way back at the 28-yard line. He somehow avoided the first one, and he gets hit and sacked at the 28, and the Broncos are going to have to try a 45-yard field goal here, as Washburn will not use a timeout here, and the Broncos will let the clock run down to probably 3 or 4 seconds and use their final one to set up this field goal.
Joseph Kim probably not very happy with the offensive line at the moment, because that would have been a 35-yard field goal attempt. But after the sack, it's going to be a 45-yarder. And Kim has not been very good on 40-plus yard attempts this season for the Broncos.
Yeah, Kim is 2 for 5 field goals on the year. The Broncos do use their final timeout with 2 seconds left. And all 3 of his misses, as you mentioned, John, 2 of them from 40-plus, all 3 from 40-plus, but one of them was a 50-plus yarder. So we'll see if Kim can knock this one through. Draven Gregg took over the long snapping duties last week for the Broncos. Interesting story from him. He's a redshirt freshman out of Eufaula, 6'4", 285. He's never long snapped, ever. And Coach Doral said he really picked it up and hasn't had any mistakes yet as a long snapper. And then also worth noting, Jed Huff was the holder for the Broncos as well. And Huff going down with his injury now has made Davis Barr, the punter, the holder for UCO. So this is not an easy ask from the left hash into a little bit of a wind as well. It'll be a 45-yarder.
Seth Cross emailed us and asked us to give a shout-out to the Glenn family and the Keller family. So, shout-out, Glenn family and Keller family. And shout-out to you too, Seth Cross, for emailing us here at ucoradio@gmail.com.
Be a 45-yarder from the left hash. Joseph Kim, sophomore out of Lawton, Oklahoma, transfer from the University of Houston. Davis Barr will hold. This will be the last play of the first half unless there's a defensive penalty. Snap is high, but Barr gets it down. Kim's kick has enough leg. It's on the way. It looks good, and it is. Joseph Kim from 45 yards as the first half ends, and the Broncos lead by double digits at the break. It'll be UCO ball to start the second half. 24-14 our halftime score. When we come back, John will be joined by UCO Sports Information Director Chris Brannick to talk about everything going on in UCO athletics, including that number 2 volleyball team, which remains undefeated on the season. That's all coming up next. Our score at the half, UCO 24, Washburn 14. You're listening. Washburn is Brim, Mason, and Cottrell deep for UCO. Kickoff will go through the end zone and be a touchback, and the Broncos will have it at the 25-yard line. So UCO from the 25 will be led out by Clayton Creasey, the redshirt freshman quarterback.
Plays are presented by Raising Cane.
I don't think we've mentioned it on the air, but Creasey wears black-rimmed goggles underneath his helmet, which is pretty old school, and I kind of love it.
I haven't asked him yet if they are, and I don't even know if this brand exists anymore, if they're Rec Specs. Remember, that's what they were called back in the day, the Rec Specs.
Yeah, he probably would look at you like, why are you so old?
He looks at me like that probably all the time anyway. Cottrell in the backfield on first down for the Broncos. They'll start from the right hash. They choose to go from there at the 25-yard line. Washburn running up a man, showing a blitz. Creasey hands to Cottrell, running left. Cottrell, big hole, 25, 30, 35, bounces outside. 40, 45, midfield, 45, and finally pushed out of bounds at about the Washburn 43. They're going to say he stepped out at the 49, but that's still a 26-yard run by Cottrell and a first down.
And that's nice to see, to get the running game going. Cottrell, we all know what kind of ability he has and what he can bring to this offense. If you can just get him through that first level of defenders, and the Bronco offensive line got him through that time.
This time Cottrell goes in motion out of the backfield. Creasey throwing, pressured, hitting the backfield. Creasey just throws it away, and that was a good throwaway by Creasey, as there was immediate pressure, and it'll be 2nd and 10. He'll live to play another day.
Yeah, he was in all kinds of trouble. Even rolling out, there were defenders that were going to get to him, so did a good job of throwing that thing. He threw it to a Washburn player, but the Washburn player was well into the UCO sideline, so no harm, no foul.
2nd and 10, Broncos at the Washburn 49. Opening drive, second half. UCO up 24-14. Creasey hands to Mason. Mason hitting the backfield. He fights forward to get about a yard.
Ball carried by number
That's
22,
it.
William Mason.
It was a pretty amazing yard, really.
Yeah.
I mean, that play was going nowhere fast.
LJ Minner in on the tackle. It'll be 3rd down and 9 for UCO. Again, we see the Broncos struggle to run the ball and put them in a 3rd and long situation. Mason to the left of Creasey. Blitz comes. Creasey has time, floats over the middle. That pass is intercepted. Intercepted at the 25 and returned to the 30, 35, 40. Up to midfield to the 40 and out of bounds at the UCO 36-yard line. Campbell Haverkamp makes the interception for Washburn. And the Broncos' first drive of the second half ends just like their first drive of the first half with an Ichabod interception.
Yeah, the Broncos get the 26-yard run from Cottrell on first down, and then they try to throw it on the following first down, and that's the one where Creasey had to roll out and throw it away. So then you're facing 2nd and 10, you try to run it, and you only get a yard, and now you're in trouble. And Creasey forces that one down the field. It just wasn't a good throw. The DB did a nice job going up and getting it, but he was really the only one that could go up and get it, and now Washburn is in UCO territory with the ball.
Lewis will have Cam Robinson behind him on first down. Lewis, play action, going deep, right side, pass is incomplete.
Man, we were all over him, too. No flag.
Willie Rice in coverage.
Down by number 1, Willie Rice.
I thought Willie was just hanging on to the wide receiver's front side, but, it's right on the Washburn sideline, and I didn't see anyone raise too much of a disagreement over there, so maybe I'm being too harsh.
It's about as tight a coverage as you can get, I guess, without committing a penalty. 2nd down. Lewis hands to Robinson. Robinson running left, has a nice hole, runs through a tackle at the 32, and he's going to be close to a first down at the 27. That was a strong run by Cam Robinson of 9 yards.
That was David Williams that he ran over, which is not a statement that gets uttered very often. It's usually David Williams making people forget what day of the week it is. And he took the punishment on that one.
Short yardage for Washburn. They're going to put in Keller Hurla, who had that 1-yard touchdown run in the first half. Hurla has Oetker, Lucas Oetker to his right. Washburn sends Bell in motion from right to left. Now Bell back into the backfield. Hurla running left. Hurla's got the first down, lowers his head inside the 25 to the 23. First down run of 4 yards by Keller Hurla, and that'll move the chains, and Washburn has a first down at the Bronco 23 and a chance to make this a one-score game again for the Ichabods. Hurla's going to stay out there on 1st and 10. Hurla with Oetker again to his right. Now Oetker goes in motion out of the backfield. Hurla, quarterback draw, running left. Hurla fights across the 20 to the 18. Jack Puckett hit him, but Keller Hurla with a nice spin to get 5 yards on first down. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Puckett.
Yeah, that was a play that in no way should have gone for 5 yards, but as you said, the quarterback just kind of spins out of Puckett's tackle and manages to fall forward to get the gain. Very good gain for the Ichabods.
2nd down and 5 from the Bronco 18. Hurla still in at quarterback. Hurla hands to Oetker. Oetker running right. Oetker's going to get to about the 15. And it'll be a 3rd down and about 2. As Connor Johnson and Jacob Grimm, the right guard, were going at each other after the play, had to be separated. 3rd down and 2 at the Bronco 15. Wholesale substitutions up front for UCO. 4 new defensive linemen. Dunn, Counselor, Gordon, and Hampton all into the game for UCO up front. Hurla working out of the shotgun with Oetker to his right on 3rd and 2. Hurla's going to throw it. Hurla over the middle, pass caught. First down to the 10-yard line. Pass completed to Henry Moorman, the tight end, and it'll be 1st and goal for Washburn at the Bronco 10. Hurla's done a good job back there.
Have we seen a hold call on either team tonight? I don't think we have.
we've seen one all year, John.
But I'm serious. I don't think we've seen an offensive holding call tonight, and there's a lot of it going on.
1st and goal at the 10. Hurla running right. Hurla at the 10, cuts back. Oh, he had a seam, and I think he tripped over his own feet there. He gets to the 6. And someone lost a helmet for Washburn. They'll mark him at the 5, so it's a 5-yard run. It'll be second and goal.
Melody Elaine emailed us. Jonathan Schumann reached out, and Ed Lamanek from Duncan, Oklahoma. They all emailed us at ucoradio@gmail.com.
Hurl on second down and goal from the 5. Washburn led this game 7-0. UCO was up 10 at the break. It's another fake handoff. Hurla keeps it. He lowers his head at the 4 and gets down to about the 2. Heck, they're going to give him the 1-yard line. And it'll be third and goal from the 1.
Bryant Coley, third down.
That was a really good spot, I thought, for Washburn.
I mean, listen, the way Washburn's moving the ball in this UCO defense, just give them the 1-yard line. UCO's not doing anything to stop them at this point.
Third and goal from the 1. Hurla sends Bell in motion left to right. Now back to the left. Hurla, quarterback keep, turns it up, and he's in the end zone for a touchdown. Washburn just took that one right down the throat of the UCO defense, and it's 24-20, and the Ichabod extra point can make this a field goal game again.
Yeah, and that's one of those where, if you're the defense, I don't want to hear, well, they threw an interception and then they got really good field. I mean, the ball was out near midfield, and then Washburn just drove it down our throats and put it in the end zone. You've got to be able to come out and respond when the offense makes a mistake like the offense did and keep the opponent out of the end zone. But Washburn just willed their way into the end zone there, and they're going to make this a 3-point ball game right here.
Aiden Battle on for the extra point. Kick is up, and the kick is good. 9:56 to go third quarter. The Ichabods are back in at UCO 24, Washburn 21. This is UCO Bronco football. Ball game. Trenton Brim will kick it away. It's a high, short kick, returnable. Cottrell takes it from the 6. Cottrell again fakes the reverse. Cottrell out to the 20. He's got space, 25, and out of bounds near the 30-yard line. So better than a fair catch by 3 yards as the Broncos will start at the 28.
We'll say hi to Meg from South Korea.
It's my sister. Hi, sis.
Yeah, that's legit, too.
It is 11 a.m. over there right now, Sunday morning.
Yeah, Meg already knows what's going to happen in this game, but she's not spoiling it for the rest of us. Also say hi to Aunt Nikki in Detroit. Now, that's not my aunt. That's Jamari Griffin's aunt. Jamari Griffin plays for the Ichabods, and we are equal opportunity shout-out people here. So we are glad that they emailed us, ucoradio@gmail.com.
First and 10 Broncos from their own 28. Creasey has Cottrell to his right in the backfield. 4 receivers on first down. And we've got a flag, and it's a delay of game on the Broncos. UCO just took too long to get things going, and they'll move it back 5 yards.
On first down, coming out of a kickoff.
Offense, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
I saw Adam Doral kind of look.
He's clapping and trying to keep his young quarterback positive, but those are key errors that just cannot happen.
First and 15, throw to Schumann in the flat. Schumann 25, turns it up, 30, breaking tackles, still on his feet, 37-yard line. He's got a first down to the 38. Ashton Schumann with second effort has a first down on a 15-yard gain. His 6th catch of the night.
What a tough run. He ran like a guy who's got a tattoo sleeve. And he does have a tattoo sleeve, so it checks out.
First and 10 Broncos from the 38. Play action, Creasey looking back right, throws to Cottrell. Cottrell makes the grab, and he's hit by Heim and knocked out of bounds at the 45. They tried to run that wheel route, and Heim was all over it, but Cottrell made the grab for a gain of 7 on the play. Really impressed with this J.C. Heim kid from Washburn there. Sophomore linebacker has been all over the field. He's a Topeka, Kansas kid out of Washburn Rural High School. Second down for the Broncos from the 45. Handoff, Mason hitting the backfield. He'll lose 2 yards. Back to the 43, and it's going to be another third down, 3rd and 5 coming up.
William Mason for the Broncos.
I mean, the offensive linemen are having a pretty intense discussion down there because I mean, the center right there for the Broncos just got beat right off. I mean, he got swam over, and that the defender was in the backfield before the handoff was even made.
3rd down and 4. Broncos from the 44. They need to get to the 48. Creasey throws. It's behind the receiver and incomplete. And UCO will punt it away. And Washburn's sideline is fired up, and rightfully so. The Ichabods have looked like the team with all the momentum here.
Ashton Schumann is incomplete.
In the second half, they came out of the halftime break much better than UCO has, and now Davis Barr will punt it away, and Washburn will have a chance to tie this game or take the lead here in the second half against the 15th ranked Broncos. Barr's punt, high, good kick, spiraling. Bell goes back and catches it at the 15. It's a 41-yard punt with no return, and Washburn will start from their own 15-yard line.
Yeah, now this UCO defense has got to come out. They've got to do something to get this crowd back into the game. It's been quiet. Everyone, enjoyed the halftime and got their snacks and whatever, but they've been given no reason to get back into this ball game here on the UCO side of the field. And this defense can go out and make a couple plays here and hopefully get this crowd back into the ball game.
Yeah, it is Hurla who's going to be in at quarterback again. And he'll start with Tiandre Carter behind him in the pistol formation. Hurla, play action, going deep left side, has a man, it's caught. This is a big play, and it's going to be a touchdown. Chase Allen Jackman got behind the defender, and it's a touchdown for the Ichabods. 85 yards, and Washburn has taken the lead 27 to 24.
Touchdown, Washburn.
I mean, the Broncos just got beat. One-on-one coverage over the top, like you said, and the quarterback really just dropped it in there perfectly. And it was just a foot race at that point, which the Broncos had no chance at because of where they started. So this Washburn team went into the locker room at halftime and made some pretty serious adjustments, personnel adjustments, that have changed the course of the game for both the Ichabods and the Broncos here halfway through the third quarter.
Keller Hurla, the 6'2", 200-pound sophomore out of Maple Hill, Kansas, with the touchdown pass, and the extra point is up and good. 14 unanswered for Washburn to start the second half, and the 1-2 Ichabods lead number 15 UCO here in the third quarter. 7:48 to go in the third. It's 28-24, Washburn on top. This is UCO Bronco
football team. And Tony Holcomb, who wants to shout out Ryan Holcomb.
Fair catch called for by Cottrell and made it the 2-yard line, and that's where, that's not where, but the Broncos will start at the 25 on this possession. Broncos led 24-14 at the break, and it's been all Washburn here in this second half after Jalen Cottrell ran for 26 yards on the first play of the half. It looked like UCO was going to take this game by the scruff of the neck, but then an interception led to a short field. Washburn scored. Keller Hurla's second touchdown run made it 24-21, and then Washburn forced a UCO punt on the first play, ran a little play action, got behind the defense, an 85-yarder. And the Ichabods lead for the first time since they led 7-0 early on in this game. Mason in the backfield to the right of Creasey. It's a pitch to Mason. Mason looking to bounce outside, nothing there. He got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Well, our guys aren't getting their blocks out on the edge, and that is a problem for a play like that. You know, the one thing we haven't seen a lot of tonight, Todd, is we haven't seen Creasey run the ball a lot, and kind of thought we would see a little more out of him running the ball. But also, Washburn had a couple weeks to know that we have a running quarterback now and prepare, for stopping those plays.
2nd down as Creasey looks, throws underneath to Schumann. Schumann at the 30, trying to break a tackle, and does to the 35, still on his feet, 40, and finally brought down at the 45-yard line. They'll mark him at the 46. Ashton Schumann has looked like the best running back on the field in this second half. He's broken tackles all over the place.
I would love to give Schumann all the credit on that, but that was some pretty poor tackling by the Ichabods. But we will take it, as Schumann made it difficult on him and was able to get out of the grasp of a few different defenders to get the additional yards after the catch.
21 yards on the play. Ashton Schumann with the grab. Creasey hands to Mason. Mason running right. This time has a big hole, looking to bounce it outside. Mason 50, cuts back inside to the 45. Late hit. No flag as he got nailed on the ground at the 44. How do you not throw a penalty on that?
Well, and head-to-head, too. That's the worst part of it is he got speared in the head on the ground. But
Tackle made by 21. Bueno.
No call.
1st and 10.
It is a 10-yard run and a first down. Schumann, by the way, 7 for 72 for UCO, leading receiver for the Broncos. Cottrell in the backfield, gets the handoff running left, cuts back towards the middle of the field, and he's only going to get about a yard.
Ball carriers number 0, Jalen.
And it looked
Cottrell.
wide open out to the left. He was behind a wall of blockers, and he chose to go up inside. Easy for me to say from up
Tackle
here,
made
right?
by number 61, Lane.
Cottrell's going to get 2
Broncos.
yards, and it'll be 2nd and 8. From the Washburn 42. Cottrell this time in motion out of the backfield. Creasey steps up. Creasey still looking, bounces outside. Creasey throws on the run. Cottrell's open. 30, 25, middle of the field, cuts back 20, 15, trying to make another man miss. Hit from behind, inside the 10, and down to about the 7-8 yard line. Great throw by Creasey, who might have not scrambled into the right area, but he found Cottrell in space. Broncos going quick. Creasey throws, left side pass intercepted.
Flag.
I think we got a flag for too many men on the field for Washburn.
Yeah, that was not a good throw. We were right in the line of side on that throw, and you could tell it was going to get picked. But I think Washburn had too many men on the field because UCO went quick. You can't. It's hard to substitute against a team that's not subbing offensively. If you're a defense and you try to sub, it's hard these days because of how quickly the offenses move.
Illegal substitution. Defense. 12 players in formation at the snap. 5-yard penalty. Replay. First down.
And good luck for the Broncos
Correction.
there.
Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Because that would have been a catastrophic interception for UCO.
Yeah, and Adam Dorrell's talking to Clayton Creasey, and I think he's telling him, like, hey, if you get a free play, throw the ball in the end zone, right? Like, you know.
Well, he was throwing to a receiver that was in the end zone, but he threw it right in the defender got right in the passing lane. I think he was probably coaching him up a little more on that defender and being able to recognize, where he's at and how quickly he can get into that passing lane.
1st and goal now at the 4 after that half the distance penalty. Cottrell behind Creasey in the pistol. Washburn stacking the box here. Cottrell gets the handoff, flags at the snap. Cottrell is into the end zone for a touchdown.
Let's see what the flag is. The flag was in the back.
There was flags from everywhere.
For the Broncos.
So it's
Somebody had, I think Washburn might have had 12 on the field again.
that would be impressive.
I think they do have
Illegal
12 on the field.
substitution.
Yeah.
Defense. 12 players in formation at the snap. That penalty is declined. Results of the play. Touchdown.
So Jalen Cottrell scores on 12.
So on the last play, they took their 12th guy off, but then they subbed for him and brought someone else in. Listen, I'm glad the Broncos could respond. They needed to in a big way, and they did. They took it right down the field. Creasey made some good plays. He made one play that was not so good, but luckily the Broncos benefited with a penalty, and Jalen Cottrell puts it in the end zone. So UCO about to try and take a 3-point lead again here.
Kim's extra point is on the way, and he knocks it through. 5:05 to go, third quarter. The Broncos are back on top. It's UCO 31, Washburn 28. You're listening to UCO Bronco football in his hands 15 times this evening. Kim will kick this one away. Kim with a low kick that bounces at the 15, taken at the 8-yard line by an up back who's out to the 20, 25 to the 30, and out of bounds at about the 33.
I think he just missed on that kick, or do you think that was his intention to kick it that way?
Like a miss. It was kind of a knuckle.
Yeah. That did not look good, and it got to the return guy way too fast and allowed him to have some yards to be able to get a decent return in, which he did.
Yeah, credit to Jaden Abongo who made the return for Washburn. He kind of caught that going backwards at the 8, and he was able to get out to the 34. So the Ichabods have good field position. And Keller Hurla, who's been really good for them in this second half, is back on the field. The Ichabods have 2 touchdowns in their 2 second-half drives. Hurla with Robinson behind him in the pistol formation. Blitz comes. Hurla throwing. Left side pass tipped and incomplete. Getting in there for the Broncos that time was Marcus Works. Works has been called a lot tonight. He's been really good out of that safety position for the Broncos.
Yeah, I mean, he came unblocked there and just read the pass beautifully, got his hands up and knocked it down, or that would have been positive yardage for the Ichabods.
2nd down and 10 from the 34. Empty backfield as Hurla will throw. Hurla right side, pass caught. That's Alan Jackman who makes the grab to the 42 for 8 yards. He goes down on the catch. It's an 8-yard gain. It'll be a 3rd and 2 for the Ichabods. And they'll again go empty backfield on 3rd down. Got to watch for quarterback run here. We know Hurla can run the ball. 3 receivers right, 2 left. Broncos show blitz and do, and Hurla runs right into it. And he is destroyed in the backfield as Jack Puckett gets home at the 37-yard line for a loss of 5.
I mean, that blitz was called like we knew the exact play they were running. That you could not have called it any more perfectly than that. And Jack Puckett delivers, man. He came right through there untouched and just put a licking on the quarterback, dropping him for the loss. And Washburn's going to punt for the first time this half.
Zeller will punt it away. Laminack deep to receive for UCO. There's a loss of 4 on that play. Zeller. High kick sends Laminack towards the sideline, and he catches it. It actually caught it out of bounds. It'll go out of bounds at about the 15-yard line, and that's where the Broncos will start. That was a 47-yard kick with no return.
Yeah, really good.
Punt goes out of bounds.
Kara Tramp has emailed us from Sabetha, Kansas, shouting out 3 players on the Washburn roster from Sabetha, which is a population of about 2,500, according to my crack research, in the far northeast corner of the state of Kansas. And then Jeffrey and Alyssa Little emailed us from Dublin, Georgia. And they emailed us at ucoradio@gmail.com. We got more coming in, and we'll certainly get to those. 2
of those players from Sabetha, Jacob and Joshua Grimm, who are, I believe, twin brothers, and they are listed on the 2 deep as the starting right guard and the backup right guard. So not only twins, but play the same position.
Man, that's a tough thing to have to live with in the family, to be your brother's backup.
1st and 10 from the 15.
Preston Michael is the other from Sabetha.
Creasey runs this one on the fake handoff, and first time tonight we see Creasey keep it, and he runs for 8 yards up to the 23. The only other time we've seen Creasey try to pull it and keep it was the first play of the game where he fumbled.
Well, and there was the one play where he put his head down, and we commented that we didn't want him to get hit in the head, but that might have been a scramble, not a designed run.
2nd and 2 from the 23. This time Cottrell goes in motion out of the backfield. Creasey throws. Schumann catches at the 30. Schumann makes the first man miss, and he's up to the 32, 33-yard line. That'll be a gain of 10 yards and a first down. Boy, Schumann does not go down easy after he catches the ball.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, if Schumann has made a Washburn defender miss, they shouldn't feel too bad because they've all missed him at least once tonight.
1st and 10 Broncos from the 33. Creasey hands off to Cottrell. Cottrell running right. Not much there. He just gets about a yard to the 34 before he's taken down. They'll give him the 35, so it's a 2-yard gain.
Kyle and Stacy McDonald check in from Glen Rose, Texas, and they are rooting for the Broncos. And we're happy to hear that, and we're happy that they emailed us, ucoradio@gmail.com.
Creasey on 2nd down and 8. Looking to throw. 4-man rush. Has time. Now it breaks down. He runs right, and he's hit, and he's going to be sacked for a loss of 1. He's hit from behind and taken down, and it'll be a 3rd and 9 for the Broncos.
Creasey had no idea that pressure was coming from the backside. That could have been really dangerous. Luckily, he started to scramble right before the defender got to him, and so the defender was only able to kind of get him by the ankles. But someone on that backside, when they lose that block, someone's got to let the quarterback know, give him a lookout or something.
3rd down and 9 for UCO from their own 34. Creasey again, 4-man rush. Looking, has time, steps up, throws over the middle, pass caught. Boy, he threaded the needle that time to Schumann at the 49. 15-yard gain and a first down.
It was a dangerous throw, but a great catch by Schumann, who is closed in on by 3 defenders, but hangs on to that football, and that's a huge first down for UCO.
Mo West just turned it over on downs. Under 2 minutes to go. Central Mo takes over 34-26. The Mules lead in that one. 1st and 10. Handoff. Matthews running right. Matthews 50-45. Tripped over the turf there and gets to the 44 before he's driven backwards. And it's a gain of 7 yards on the play.
Yeah, that's a good run. And he just got right behind his blocker, and he went off his blocker's outside hip and just set it up perfectly. He was really brought down by some, third-level tacklers. You'll take a 7-yard gain in the running game every time.
2nd down and 3 from the Ichabod 44. 30 seconds to go in this first half. It's a pitch to Matthews. Matthews looking to get outside. 45, broke a tackle. 40, and he's finally hit and knocked down at about the 35. They'll mark him at the 36, but it's 8 yards and a first down. Broncos have a player down. It's Montrell Lee. He looks to be cramping up back there at about the 45-yard line. Montrell Lee voted MIAA Offensive Lineman of the Year last year, a senior out of Del City, and there's not a lot of times where you want to try to diagnose from the press box, but it's always pretty obvious when it's a cramp, right?
Yeah,
when they put the leg up and start pushing the toe backwards.
Well, 1, it's a lineman.
Right,
2,
right.
And I say that as a lineman, no disrespect. But yeah, it's you can usually tell when they're just trying to straighten that, do the toe stretch. And listen, Montrell might be a little frustrated that he's not getting as many touches this week as he got against Pitt State.
Yeah, Montrell lived out the offensive lineman dream a couple weeks ago. He picked up a fumble after an interception and got into the end zone for a touchdown. That play, by the way, John, is good. It has so much. It has done so much to UCO's season, right? I mean, without that play, they might not have beaten Pitt State. Also, on that play, Jet Huff was injured, and we don't know how long he's going to be out, but it certainly didn't look good. Just a lot of things that happened on that play.
Yeah. Montrell's limping pretty good, but again, I do think it's a cramp, and those cramps hurt. I mean, if you've never had a full leg cramp or an intense hamstring cramp, they hurt, and they take a minute to kind of get loose. Once you get loose again, you kind of feel like nothing ever happened, but you don't want to take Lee off the field. I mean, he's your leader of your offensive line, and he's going to have to come out for one play anyway, but hopefully he can get sorted out and get back in there.
And this is an O-line that has struggled at times tonight against this Ichabod defensive line. It is a first down after that run by Matthews to the Washburn 36. And I don't know if the clock will run here. If it does, the Broncos can take it to the end of the third quarter. It stopped with 19 seconds to go in this third quarter. And the clock will run, so UCO will just let the quarter break hit. We are through 3 here in Edmond. The Broncos are up by a field goal, but they are on the move at the Washburn 36. It's UCO 31, Washburn 28. After 3 quarters, you're listening to UCO Bronco UCO. We will start at the Washburn 36-yard line from the left hash. Creasey takes the snap, play action, rolling right. Nobody open, and he throws it at the feet of his tight end. Good decision that time by Creasey as Washburn covered it well. Total yards, Broncos 420, Washburn 232 after 3 quarters. But the reason this is a ball game, the Broncos have turned it over twice, and the Ichabods have scored touchdowns off of both of those turnovers. 2nd and 10 at the 36-yard line. Washburn showing blitz. I
don't think we snapped the ball.
Yeah, everybody moved except for the center.
Yeah, it was just slightly delayed, so it's going to be a 5-yard penalty, and it's going to be 2nd and 15 for UCO.
False start. Offense, number 70, 5-yard penalty. Remain 2nd down.
It's pretty sorry that they singled out number 70 on the false start, too.
Robert Givens has got to be like, come on, man.
He's just the one on the end of the line where the linesman threw the flag. Everybody went except the center. That one's on the center.
Zayden Martinez split out left for the Broncos. Turner, Schumann, and Hagen Hacker split out to the right. Creasey will throw. 4-man rush. Has time. Throws. Pass caught by Turner. Got hit hard at the 35 and held on to the ball. They'll give him the 34-yard line on forward progress. And I think Lee's down cramping again. And we got a flag, I think, after the play, don't we?
Did we have?
I thought I saw a flag. Maybe not.
It was interesting because after Turner caught the ball, they drove him backwards about 9 yards and then threw him to the turf. And that's on the officials for not just blow the whistle. I mean, forward progress was stopped. There's no reason someone should be driven back 9 yards. Not that Turner doesn't care. He's a tough kid. It's just you just got to manage the game better. So Lee cramping again. Man, somebody get that guy some water and maybe a couple bananas or some pickle juice, or I don't know, man. That's that's the some of that's the old school way, but
it is going to be a 3rd down and 8 for the Broncos at the 34. It'd be a 51-yard field goal from here for Kim. Kim hit one into the wind from 45 right before halftime. He's got a little wind at his back if the Broncos were to try one here. Probably depends on what happens on 3rd down, right? If you lose yardage, you're in a punt situation. If you gain yardage, you might be in a go-for-it situation. I think Adam Dorrell, if he had his druthers, would like him to get 8 here on 3rd and 8 or more. Creasey with Mason to his right. Broncos need to get it to the 26-yard line here to get a 1st down. Washburn showing blitz. They do. Mason picks it up. Creasey has time. Pocket breaks down, and he throws it away. It'll be 4th down for the Broncos from the 34. And we'll see what UCO wants to do. It'd be a 51-yarder. Kim's got the leg. They are going to try a field goal here.
I like seeing Dorrell, too. Every time they come off the field, he's coaching Creasey up. That doesn't necessarily mean he's telling Creasey he did anything wrong. He's just saying, hey, what'd you see there? Here's what I saw. Here's why we run that. Here's how, it should be set up. Dorrell's constantly coaching and love seeing that with the young quarterback.
51 from the left hash for Kim. The kick is on the way. It's got plenty of leg. That one looks good. He knocked it home. Joseph Kim from way downtown. That might have been good from 61. And the Broncos lead 34-28. 14-21 to go in the ball game. You're listening to UCO Bronco football.
Ronnie Gillikers. Ronnie was a really good kicker for UCO.
Kim sends this one high and into the end zone. Bell's going to bring it back from right at the goal line. Ooh. And it's a reverse. No, it's a fake reverse, and Bell's got a lot of room to the 20, 25, 30, stays on his feet at the 35, 40, and out to the 44. And a flag at the end, probably for a face mask.
How did we give up that much yardage on that return? There's no way that ball should be near midfield. I guess credit Bell for being a good runner and a good ball carrier and eluding tackles, but I just don't feel like the coverage was very good there.
We'll see what the flag is on. I think it's going to be a face mask because it was thrown in right at the tackle. And this would move the ball into Bronco territory.
Sure would.
See what our referee has to say about this one. They look as if they're about to march back the other direction, though.
He kind of does. He's facing that way. He's just waiting for the call. But, neither team is given any indication of what they think it might be.
During the return, personal foul, face mask, kicking team, 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. 1st down, Washburn.
So that moves the ball all the way to the UCO 42-yard line, so the Ichabod's will have great field position. And we talked about it in pregame, John. DJ Bell is a dangerous return man, and they gave him way too much space there. That's one you would hope Kim would just kick through the end zone with the wind at his back. Hurla has Robinson in the backfield. Hurla hands to Robinson, running left. Robinson gets inside the 40 to the 39. They'll mark him down at the 40 for a 2-yard gain.
Man, and the Broncos were there in the backfield, and the defender had to choose, and he bit on the fake and went after the quarterback. So,
well, and that's Hurla running the ball is what causes that, right? He's exactly a good runner of the football. 2nd down and 8 from the Bronco 40. Hurla hands to Robinson again, running left. This time he's hitting the backfield. Jack Puckett gets there and gets him after a loss of 2 back to the 42.
Stop made by number 30, Jack Puckett.
So good to see him back on the field this week.
Bronco fans.
Missed most of the game 2 weeks ago against Pittsburgh State.
We mentioned Jacob Grimm for Washburn. His backup is his brother. Jack Puckett's younger brother Hank is his backup. We saw Hank play a couple weeks ago against the Gorillas. Good to have Jack back, though. 3rd down and 10 from the Bronco 42. Broncos might have shown their coverage there as Washburn's changing plays at the line. Oetker's the running back. Hurla looking to throw. Hurla floats it in the flat to Oetker, who's got a lot of space to the 40, to the 36. And that's where he's finally going to be taken down. It'll be a 4th down and 4. And probably 4-down territory here for Washburn.
Yeah, I think you just go for it if you're Washburn here. You're looking at a 53-yard field goal into the wind. And really, I mean,
4th down.
Their offense has been pretty good at converting tonight, better than they have been most of the season, or thus far in the season.
4th and 4 at the Bronco 36. Hurla has Oetker to his left. Hurla looking to throw. Hurla rolling left. Hurla's going to run it. He's got the 1st down to the 30, to the 27. Well, he looked to pass that for about 0.3 of a second before he took off running it, and he's got a 1st down.
Yeah, and his receiver on that left side, that you thought was his kind of escape valve, immediately went into blocking mode, and that's what cleared the space over there on the left side for the Ichabods to pick up the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the Bronco 27. UCO clinging to a 6-point lead, 11:43 to go in this game. Hurla hands to Oetker, right up the middle, stacked up. He's going to lose a yard or two. Johnny Wilson takes him down at the 28 for a 1-yard loss.
Yeah, it was Braden Smith who really blew that thing up from the interior defensive line position. He was he just clogged up the hole and forced the back to try and spin out of it, and the other Broncos came in and finished things off.
Smith getting the start tonight for the injured Wesley Hudson has played really well. 2nd down and 11 from the Bronco 28 here for Washburn. Robinson back in at running back. Keller Hurla looks, throws over the middle, pass through the hands of the receiver and incomplete. Braden Waters was there to make the hit.
Careless pass intended for number 84.
Did a UCO defender pop that ball out of there? I mean, here's the replay coming, because that thing really popped out of the receiver's hands. No, it just went off his hands, man. That guy, I mean, if you're
He did alligator arm it a little bit,
but I mean, again, that's not a badge of honor. You got to catch that football.
Dalton Hurd was on the coverage as well with Waters. 3rd down and 11 at the 28. Washburn needs to get it to the Broncos 17. 3 receivers right, 1 left for Hurla. Robinson in the backfield. Hurla, 3-man rush, straight drop. Hurla has time, now floats to his left. He's pressured. Hurla looking to throw, fires it. It's incomplete. Had 2 receivers in the same area. The Broncos did a good job of stringing him out to the sideline and not letting Hurla turn that into a scramble run, and it's 4th down. And now Washburn will have to decide whether they're going to punt it or try a long field goal.
This is field goal.
It's a 45-yarder, which is exactly the distance that Joseph Kim hit from in the first half. The wind has laid down a little bit. It's not as much in the face of the kicker here, Aiden Battle. 45 yards, right in the middle of the field.
I was getting ready to ask what the band rules are, and I think the
Play clock operator, please reset the game clock to 25 seconds. 25 seconds and start it on my signal.
I guess that's it. I didn't think the band could do what they're doing when the ball's at their end of the field. Didn't that used to be a rule, or am I making that up?
I know it is in high school.
Okay.
I don't know in college if it is.
Maybe
or
it's not. Okay. I feel like we've had games where the officials have told the band to stop before, but
45-yard field goal. Ball's right in the middle of the field. It's a fake. It's thrown to Aiden Battle on the edge. The Broncos sniff it out, and he ain't going to get it. He's tackled for a loss back at the 29-yard line. It was Ryan Stewart who made the play for the Broncos, and UCO will take over on downs.
I mean, that's just an athletic mismatch out there on the edge. You've got the kicker trying to make a long first down, and you've got a defensive back over there who's one-on-one with him on the coverage. I'm going to take the DB 10 out of 10 times in that situation, and the Broncos with a big momentum shift here as Ichabod's come up empty-handed.
Yeah, those fakes only work if you trick somebody, and He was not tricked on that one, Stewart.
Yeah.
First down and 10 for the Broncos at the 28. 10:44 to go. This is a big drive for this UCO offense to try to put this game to a 2-score game again. Up 34-28. Cottrell behind Creasey. Creasey hands to Cottrell. Cottrell right up the middle, has a nice seam, cuts back to his right and gains up across the 30 to the 34. 6 yards on first down. That was well blocked up front.
Yeah, good job by the offensive line. They're going to need more of that because you want not only do you need to drive down and get some points, but you want some clock to run as well.
Turner Hilburn in for Montrell Lee at left guard as Cottrell goes in motion, and now it's thrown to him in the flat. Cottrell makes the grab, 30, turns up, 35. Got about 2 yards to the 36. It's going to be a third down and about 2. And we'll see what the Broncos do here on third down. They haven't had much success in that short yardage formation. Andrew Carney is their short yardage guy, and he's out injured tonight. They are going to send in Mason out there with Cottrell, so we might see that formation here, the Wildcat look.
Yeah, I mean, you're seeing it. You're seeing the little huddle that they do, and they're going to sprint up to the line of scrimmage, and we're going to see how it goes pretty quickly here.
Broncos need to get to the 38 from their own 36. UCO is going to use a timeout. They'll talk it over, and we will take the timeout with them. 9:35 to go in the game. Broncos up 34-28, but a big third down coming up. You're listening to UCO Bronco Football. Welcome back to Chad Richardson Stadium. Big third down for the Broncos. 3rd and 2 from their own 36-yard line. Broncos will do that little sugar huddle and run to the line. Cottrell in the backfield with Mason to his right, working out of the Wildcat. Cottrell will run. Cottrell turns up. Nothing there. He's going to fight for it. It's going to be close. He does get it. Boy, Cottrell, it was all second effort there. He got 2 yards on the first down.
Sigh of relief that he got it because it was dicey there for a second, but Cottrell leans forward and gets the first down. Say hi real quick to the Williams family. Nisha Williams emailed us here in the booth from Atlanta, Georgia, supporting their son Aiden, who plays for Washburn. We're glad they emailed us, ucoradio@gmail.com.
1st and 10 from the 38. Creasey hands to Mason. Mason running right, cuts back up, and boy, Heim hit him right in the hole at the 39 for a 1-yard gain. J.C. Heim all over the place for Washburn. It'll be 2nd down and 9. I did mention earlier the Broncos with a win tonight would go 2-0. Northwest Missouri State's 2-0. It is worth noting there is one other undefeated team in conference play. Central Mo's 1-0 because they beat Missouri Western tonight. They're just a week behind when it comes to conference games are the Mules. 2nd down for the Broncos and 9 from their own 39. Creasey throwing left side. Schumann makes the grab at the 45 out to about the 46-yard line before he's pulled back. A gain of 7 will set up another 3rd down and 2 for UCO. 8:17 to go. Broncos up 6 just on their side of midfield.
Schumann limping a little bit coming off there, kind of hobbling. Hopefully it's no big deal. They're not tending to him, so probably just something a little rest will fix here.
Schumann 11 catches now on the night. Creasey has Mason to his right on 3rd and 2. Creasey keeps it himself. Creasey, big hole, 50, 45, 40. Creasey, 35, 30, 25, 20 down the sideline. 15, 10, he's out of bounds. He's out of bounds. He didn't make it into the end zone before he hit the sideline, but it's a 1st and goal on a big run for Clayton Creasey.
We talked earlier about how we haven't seen him run the ball much tonight anyway, but that one right there, it's quality over quantity, right? That one was a big one, and the Broncos are going to be inside the 15-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10. I think the Chains thought it was 1st and goal too. They weren't down there setting up. Now they're running down there to get set up. They thought they had a few downs off.
Well, the guy marked him out of bounds, and then he kept running forward.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be inside the 10, but he's out at the 13. Either way, that's a big run, 36 yards. Handoff, Cottrell up the middle. Cottrell to the 10, and he spun forward inside the 10 to about the 9 for about a 4-yard gain.
Corey Lamanek checks in from Sonora, California. Corey says he's a native of Duncan, but he's watching from Sonora, California. And our broadcast is global, so it doesn't matter where you're at. You can reach us, and we can reach you, and we're glad that you did. UCOradio@gmail.com.
I would imagine he's related to Jackson Laminack, who's in the slot position left side on this second down play from the 9. It's a handoff to Cottrell. It's a reverse to Laminack. Laminack at the 15. Not much room there. He's going to be tackled for a loss at the 13. That would have been well played if you had read the email by Laminack right before a touchdown.
Well,
but
I mean, Doral texted me from the sideline and said, read that email right now, and I did, but it didn't work out. You know, those trick plays, we kind of talked about it during the commercial break, Todd, about the fake field goal. When they work, they're genius, and when they don't, they just don't look good. And that one right there, Washburn did a good job of staying at home on the backside, and Laminack just had nowhere to run.
Got to take care of the ball here if you're the Broncos on third down in field goal range. As Creasey looking to throw, sets up the screen to Cottrell left side. Cottrell looking to bounce outside. He's not going to get there. Himes going to run him down at the 15-yard line for a loss of a couple. It's going to be fourth down, and Kim's going to come on to try to make this a 9-point game.
Yeah, critical field goal here for Joseph Kim. It'll be about a 32-yarder, right? Did they spot it at the
15? Yep.
Yeah, so 32-yard attempt for Kim. And if he can put this thing through, as you said, 9-point ball game, which makes it a 2-score deficit for the Ichabods.
Draven Gragg will snap it. Davis Barr will hold it, and Joseph Kim will try to put the Broncos up by 9. Snap is back. The hold is down. Kim's kick is away, and it's no good. He pulled it left. And with 5:13 to go, the Broncos are still only up by 6, and Washburn will take over.
Man, that's just a big miss right there. Got to be able to put that one through in this situation. Now the UCO defense is going to have to step up and make another stop here.
Broncos benefited from a missed chip shot field goal against Pitt State, going that same direction, about the same distance. And Kim, who's hit from 45 and 51 today, misses from 32. And now UCO just up 6, and Washburn has life. And this is one of those, John, where like a Washburn team comes in and the Broncos just keep doing things to let them stay in the game. And at some point that's going to bite you, because Washburn's got to be hungry after the way they've started this season.
Yeah, it definitely it definitely does keep them in the game, and they definitely are hungry. You know, football, I mean, everyone who has watched football for any amount of time, they know what a frustrating, crazy, wonderful game it is. And I mean, we were just now, you're on the verge of being up by 2 scores or feeling like, you know, things are going very poorly, and we're on the things are going very poorly end of the momentum at the moment. But the beautiful thing about the game is that the very next play can change that momentum for UCO, you know, defensively. So this Bronco defense is going to have to go out and make some plays and get the ball back for the offense.
Broncos have outgained Washburn 484 to 246 in this game, so almost doubled up Washburn in yardage. But 2 turnovers, a couple of big kick returns for Washburn as well, and penalties have killed the Broncos in this ball game, kept Washburn in it, and the Ichabods now have the ball down by 6 with 5:13 to go. And I guarantee you, if you would ask Zach Watkins, Washburn coach, if he'd be okay with that coming to Edmond tonight, he would have taken it.
100%.
Keller Hurla has been the quarterback here in the second half for Washburn. Hurla's 4 for 7. He's got that 1 long touchdown, 104 yards and 1 touchdown. He's also run for 2. Hurla's got Oetker to his right. Hurla, play action, looking to throw, floats one deep, middle of the field. It is incomplete. Boy, Willie Rice had it in his hands, should have intercepted it, and couldn't hold on at midfield.
Yeah, and that's the thing, you know, when you're a team like Washburn, you've had the season that the way their season has started, they get in this situation, you know, and you've got a different quarterback out on the field. He's kind of forcing some things there, and that's where your defense really has an opportunity to make a big play like an interception, and the Broncos don't take advantage of it right there. 2nd
and 10 from the 20. Broncos showing blitz. Johnson does blitz. Hurla running it left away from the blitz. Has room up to the 25, to the 28, maybe the 29. It's going to be about a yard short of the first down. Bronco player lost his helmet. That is Adrian Mache, so he's going to have to go on. No, it's not Mache, excuse me. That is Ryan Stewart.
Man, That play was just old school, man. Like, it just looked like something with no face masks, you know, just student body left.
I'd expect that here on 3rd and 2 as well. Hurla sends a tight end in motion from right to left. Oetker to his right. Hurla, another quarterback run going left, hitting the backfield and stopped. He's going to get no gain. It'll be 4th down and 2 as Ethan Stites came flying through there to make the play for the Broncos.
And I mean, I guess you go for this, but you could punt this ball and still have time to get the ball back. And I think they are going to punt it. I thought they were going to stay out there, but this is deep territory to – I think if you're Washburn, this is probably the right thing to do is try to flip the field. You've got all 3 of your timeouts plus the 2-minute timeout remaining. Now UCO's offense just has to do hold up their end of the bargain and move the ball and hopefully get some points out of it.
Laminack deep to receive. Zeller with a high punt that sends Laminack backwards to the 24. Laminack looking to return it up to the 25-30, and he spun down to the 31. Decent return there for Jackson Laminack after a good punt by Zeller. Broncos have it 1st and 10 at the 31 with a 6-point lead and 3:46 to go.
Robin Poston emails us from Wellston, Oklahoma. Wants to shout out her nephew, Zach Stillwell. Stillwell family's been a part of the UCO football family for a few years now.
Oldest son graduated from Wellston.
Yours did, yeah. And, of course, Zach's older brother, Tyler, was a good offensive lineman for the Broncos. And now Zach is a good defensive lineman for the Broncos. Also, Amy Frazier emailed us here. And she's shouting out offensive lineman number 65 for Washburn. I'll check the roster on that.
Creasey on 1st down from the 31. Has Cottrell behind him. Big drive here for the Bronco offense with a 6-point lead and 3:46 to go. Handoff, Cottrell makes a man miss in the backfield, cuts right up the middle of the field and jolts forward to the 40-yard line for 9 on 1st down. That's a big run on 1st down for Cottrell.
Yeah, good run for the Broncos there.
Checking the roster, by the way.
2nd and short, sorry.
Devin Frazier
there
for Washburn. Starting right tackle for the Ichabods. 2nd and 1, UCO from the 40. 3:15 and ticking to go. Broncos in no hurry here. Play clock at 12. Creasey claps his hands, takes a snap, hands to Cottrell up the middle. Cottrell has the 1st down. He's tripped up. He gets to the 43 for a gain of 4, and the chains will move, and the Broncos will have a new set of downs. UCO only has to run one more play here before they get to the 2-minute timeout. But Washburn's going to use their first timeout with 2:48 to play. We'll take it with them. Broncos up 6, 34-28. This is 5 to go after they put a little more time back on the clock. Broncos have a 1st down from the 43-yard line. Cottrell to the left of Creasey on 1st and 10 for UCO here. It's a handoff to Cottrell, running right, 45, 50, and he leans forward to the 49 in Washburn territory, and the Ichabods are going to use their 2nd timeout here, but another good 1st down run by Cottrell for about 7.5 yards
Washburn.
there.
That is their 2nd charge, timeout of the half.
We'll give him the 50, so we'll call it a 7-yard run.
And what I really like about this drive so far, Todd, is that Washburn knows what the Broncos are going to do. They want to run the ball and they want to run clock, and yet Washburn has been unable to stop it, which they have done a good job of stopping the run at times tonight, but UCO running it right down their throat on this drive so far.
Well, I also think one of the things that on all 3 of these runs for the Broncos, especially those 2 1st down runs, it has been a situation where we've seen Creasey now pull the ball a couple times and keep it, and I think just that threat for Washburn has made it a little tougher to key in on Jalen Cottrell.
Yeah.
Broncos will have it just across midfield. Technically, the line of scrimmage is the 50. It'll be 2nd down and about 2.5 for the Broncos. 2:49 to go. Washburn just burned their 2nd of 3 timeouts. The Ichabods also have the 2-minute timeout that will stop the clock for them. Just a couple more 1st downs here, and the Broncos can put this one away. Got to get this first one before you worry about the second one, though. Creasey out of the gun with Mason to his right, hands to Mason. Mason stacked up in the backfield, but jukes back to his right and gets down to the 46 for 4 yards and a first down.
And now Washburn's going to take another one.
And this is Washburn's last time out with 2:37 to go in the ball game. We'll take the timeout with them.
Timeout.
34-28, Broncos lead. You're listening to UCO Bronco football.
Timeout of the half.
Welcome back. Big possession here for the Broncos. New set of downs. First down. It's a handoff. Running left side. It's Mason to the 40, and he stays in bounds. He's tackled at the 38. So another good first down run for the Broncos. It'll be 2nd and 2, and that's going to take us to our 2-minute timeout. And the Broncos now, with the 2-minute timeout hit, if they get one more first down, they can knee the ball and run this game to 000 and get out of here with a win. But we are going to go to the 2-minute timeout. We'll keep it right here during the 2-minute timeout. Todd Lisenby along with John Fitzgerald. I know lots of emails coming in at ucoradio@gmail.com, John.
Yeah, we'll try to get through some of these. Dan and Susan Mitchell checked in. Aaron Britz, who wanted to shout out Coach Britz, who is a coach for Washburn, and his 2-year-old daughter Delaney, who's up too late, hoping for a win. David Chapman, who usually checks in with us every week, is here in the stadium listening in tonight. Jolene Winston from Toledo, Ohio, and Jasmine Garcia emailed us as well. We also heard from Brandon Meisner, our friend Brandon, who started d2football.com back in the year 2000 and has just done a wonderful job of promoting the Division II level of football to the masses through that website and through appearances on television shows and different media avenues. And Brandon, we know that it hadn't been the best year with your health, and just hope you're doing well, man. And we're always thinking about you. And I know you're in Arizona now, so we won't see you in Maryville next week. But just know how important you are to the D2 football community, and we're glad that you reached out to us here. UCO Radio at gmail.com. And if you haven't, check out d2football.com. It's the best resource for Division II football news, and the message boards are kind of fun too.
Yes, they are. I am one of those guys who probably spends way too much time, if you ask my wife, watching d2football.com podcasts and video, whatever they're called, vodcasts. Is that what you call them, a video podcast? But their shows on YouTube I watch every week. So, yeah, it's good to hear from Brandon. Glad he's listening in tonight. And I know we obviously are thinking about him and wish we were seeing him in Maryville next week. That should be a good one. I know Brandon will be tuned into that one somehow next week as well. Out of the timeout, the 2-minute timeout, 2nd and 2 for the Broncos, who can ice it with a first down. Handoff, Mason bounces outside, 35-30, 25-20, to the 15, down to the 12-yard line, and that'll do it. The Broncos can take a knee, and they're going to win here against Washburn as Mason's first down run is going to set up the Broncos at the 13-yard line, and UCO can put a knee to it now with Washburn out of timeouts. For as poor as they played at times tonight, John, the offensive line was really good on that last drive, right? Washburn knew they were running the ball. Broncos got, I think, 9, 7, and 8 on first down on that drive. Creasey will take the snap, and he'll take a knee on first down here. He'll have to do it 2 more times before this game ends. Actually, he's only going to have to do it 1 more time, I think.
Rodney Fessler emailed us earlier in the game. He just emailed us again and said that we better say his wife's name or he's going to be in trouble. So, Raina Fessler, want to give you a shout-out as well. And we're glad that you guys tuned in tonight and that you checked in at ucoradio@gmail.com.
So UCO is going to improve to 2-1 on the year, 2-0 in conference. The Broncos with a big game against Northwest Missouri State next week in Maryville. The Bearcats also 2-0 in conference. They are 3-1 on the year. They've played 1 more game than the Broncos as Creasey takes a knee, and that's going to do it here from Chad Richardson Stadium. Washburn will fall to 1-3 and 0-2 in MIAA play. The Ichabods have Nebraska Kearney at home next week in Topeka. Well, it wasn't pretty at times, but the Broncos did outgain Washburn tonight, 537 to 254, and UCO wins it 34-28 tonight at Chad Richardson Stadium. We will take a 1-minute timeout. We'll come back and we'll wrap it up here from Edmond. This is UCO Bronco football.